Right, it's saying we're live, but we're just going to wait until we see. There's a couple of people joining the chat. I can see that people have been waiting. Some of you from 12 minutes past, 6:15. Very admirable that. We like to see things like that. Well, there's 5 people watching, so we go. We'll go.
Yeah.
Right.
Hello.
Okay. Welcome back to the live stream on MCM Outdoors. We haven't done this for a while. The last one was during the last lockdown because we were looking at ways of sort of relieving the boredom and trying to bring something different to the channel, trying to think outside the box a little bit. So welcome back. We're hoping to make this one as interactive as possible. So we put lots of things out on social media. We've asked for questions. We haven't had a single one, but we tried our best. We thought, you want to surprise us and don't give us any notice. So think positive. We're sure there's going to be lots of brilliant questions coming up over the next couple of hours. We'll see how long it goes, but we're hoping for as much interaction on this one as possible. So we can see all your comments on the right-hand side. So keep them coming. So big hello and welcome to Ant from Survive the Night.
Hello.
Tony Noble from Tony Noble Outdoors. So yeah, it's great to be back with the lads on a live stream. We've got a few beers and we've got our bit of a usual format. So Ant, how's it going?
I'm all right, thank you very much. Just having a look who's coming into chat. And we've got Desperado. Oh, well, it's not even Desperado. Let's go, he says. Andy B, good evening, gentlemen. And we've got Gary. Hey, Gary, how's it going, man? Benny's just come in.
Benny's here, right, yeah.
Back. Everybody.
The usual suspect so far. Tony, how are you, mate?
All good. Yeah, all good. I enjoyed my breakfast in the woods last week with Ants. That was good.
Excellent.
Nice. Well, make sure you watch that.
We can see the technical expert amongst us. I'm just sat with me like blinds open. There's no special ambient lighting whatsoever. Ants in the broom cupboard, like CBBC. Remember that? We're just waiting for Ed the Duck to make an appearance just from underneath.
I'm not actually normally pull this out, don't I? Look at state of it. Oh,
and Tony, Mr. Suave in the boudoir with all his special ambient light in there. So there you go.
It's better middle of winter. It's just too light, isn't it? We're just not getting the full effect.
Yeah.
So welcome everyone, and let's kick it off with we've got a quiz, and the quiz master extraordinaire Ant is going to take it from here.
Right. Okay. Yeah. So new lives, new quizzes. So let's have a look. Just one sec, guys. I have got it to hand. So
just with this as well, just make sure you're firing your answers up in the comments, and we'll just randomly pick them. All play along at home. Make it as interactive as you can.
Yeah. Hello, everybody who's just coming in as well, who we've not said hello to already. Right. So this quiz name, believe it or not, is the Great Outdoor Quiz. So round 1 is general knowledge, and I'm presuming it's general knowledge around the outdoors and things like that. So, but I really like this first question. So, first question is, which county is home to the highest pub in Britain? Now, I am saying
I've got it.
Cumbria.
I think.
I'd say Yorkshire.
Yorkshire. I'm saying Cumbria.
Say it again, mate.
Which county is home to the highest pub in Britain? North Yorkshire, Benny's saying.
Benny's saying he's been.
Joe.
I hope it's the right one, Benny, if you've been. Joe's live from his tent. Where are you, Joe?
Go on, Joe, right, mate?
Hey, Joe. Bloody hell, man. Yeah, you did say that you were watching us from
some going, that, mate. Well, mind you, don't tell us, mate. You might get the werewolf might know where you are, mate. You know.
And plus all those wild campers who are too lazy to find their own places.
Exactly.
Where are you, Joe? Whereabouts are you? Where did you park? Exactly. Where did you park, Joe?
What's your grid reference? What 3 words, Joe? Tell us right now,
please.
Just get NASA onto it.
Right, I'm on the car. See you guys.
Right.
Onto you.
Answers. So what are we doing? We got North Yorkshire. We got Chris Edwards saying Cumbria. Karen Broderick is hitting us with Yorkshire. Benny has given us the name of it. Hope it's right, Benny. If you've been there, you might have been pissed. You might have got it wrong. Sandhill Inn. You know, I'm going to go with Benny, North Yorkshire.
Exactly.
Reveal your answer, Ant.
Come on, Ant.
Yeah, right, okay. Bear with me. You've got to basically download the sheet, which you don't have to download it. It just opens up.
As you can see, we're well prepared for this.
Here we are. Right, okay, guys. Flipping heck. Benny's right. Yorkshire, the Tam Hill Inn, and which is 1,742 feet.
Very good. Excellent work, Benny.
Well done, buddy.
Hope there's a nice pint in there as well.
To be honest with you, I really did think it was the Kirkstone Pass Inn.
Yeah.
I'm sure it says above the door that this is the highest pub in Britain.
It does. I think Benny's wrong, mate. Quiz is wrong.
He is not.
That's why I like the question, because I knew it. I knew the answer.
I've tried it. Right, number 2.
Oh, okay. Right. Let me just swap back to that. Right. There we go. Ooh. Look at that. Right. Question number 2. On an OS map, what do the letters... I have no clue. What do the letters CG represent? County Geograph.
Oh,
CG.
that's a difficult one, that, mate. Read it again, mate.
On an OS map. Now, come on, Chris. You've done a lot of videos on OS maps. On an OS map, what do the letters CG represent? What's exact? That's exactly what I thought. It's the highest pub in the Kirkstone Pass. Yeah,
I'm struggling with this one. Letters CG.
it's the highest. I'm just laughing at Benny's comment. Yeah, I suppose.
Common ground.
Oh, see.
Common ground, Joe. Yeah, I get that. I thought you two would have had this.
Mate, I've no idea.
No, I'm with that.
Are we going for it?
Jackie Beck can't go.
I like it.
I'll be all over it at the moment. I've got no idea, mate, on that. Coastal ground. Paul Leal. Coastal ground.
No way. Are you ready?
Chris Griffith, Crappy Gap. That's an official place as well on Bow Fell.
Crappy Gap.
Tony's been.
It's next to Windy Gap, isn't it, on Great Gable?
Is it?
Paul Leal is going with coastal grounds. I think Paul might be right. I'm going to go with Paul on this one.
I like these. I like what Paul's done there. Guys, get all your photos up. Natalie's got a photo up.
Yeah,
so
if you
got
a picture,
see what you look like. Come on.
We're going to make it big.
There we go. There's Natalie.
There you go. You're on the big screen there.
There she is.
Oh, Brimmers is in. Guys. Hello, Mark. Scottish Woodsman. Cattle Grid. It could be. Actually, I'm going with that. I've nailed me to the mast about 3 times. Final answer.
Yeah.
Scottish Woodsman.
Yeah. Scottish Woodsman. You are correct. Cattle Grid.
Oh, he's right.
Yeah. Hey, Mark. How's it going?
Hey, oh.
There you go. Bushman Blue. Alan. Hiya, mate. You okay? Thanks for joining us.
No, Bushman's going in, mate.
I'm going to get you big on the screen there. Welcome.
Oh, there he is. Oh,
Mr.
wicked dog. Beautiful dog.
Mr. Krupp, Steve Baird. Hi, Steve. Cattle Grid.
Hey, Mr. Krupp. Right, are we ready, guys?
Next question.
Okay, question. This is me. Okay. Question number 3. Who? All right. Okay. Right. Okay. Well, yeah. Who was the first British explorer to reach the South Pole?
Oh, bloody hell.
To be honest with you, I thought you'd get this one as well.
Well, I'd say
you two read a lot of books.
Not Scott of the Antarctic.
Why? He didn't get back. He didn't mean he didn't get back.
Yeah, he didn't come back, but he got there. As long as he got there, he did.
That's the comment of the night. Well, he didn't get back.
What was the question again?
Who was the first British explorer to reach the South Pole?
Could be Shackleton. Is that Ernest? I think it's Ernie, isn't it?
Ernest,
I just made that up.
Yeah, no, it is, isn't it?
Brian.
Got to be Scott, Steve says.
Yeah, Scott or
Everyone's
Shackleton.
on Google. They're all on Google.
Any Google getting kicked off the stream. Gary's still on question 1. Big Ernie. Come on, Gary. It's Friday night, mate. It's not bedtime yet. Right. We don't know. It could be Scott or Ernie, mate.
Okay. Are we ready?
We're in suspense.
Okay, let's do it. So, question 3. Ooh.
Kendall mint cake.
Are you ready?
Excellent brimmers.
Are you ready?
Yes.
Robert Falcon Scott.
Thank you.
Is that him?
Unbelievable. Well done. He never got back. He made it.
Yeah.
He didn't come back. Just did it, didn't he?
How do we know? If you didn't get back, mate, how was it verified?
I am in the presence of gods here who know these questions. Okay, question number 4. What is the name of the world famous prehistoric monument in Wiltshire, England?
Oh, I know.
No, I know this one. It's a what's it called, isn't it? No, it's the graves. Oh, it's the oldest tombs in Britain.
We're being sarcastic, mate.
No, it is. It's seriously.
Are you being sarcastic?
What?
Isn't there a famous urinal in the wall there, mate?
I haven't got a clue. What are you on about?
Jackie Beck, I think, knows it.
It's Stonehenge. Seriously. Is that
From
Wiltshire?
Jackie, mate.
Why has a Wiltshire man never been there?
Bloody hell.
Why has he never been there? Why has he never flown his drone? Why has he not got his bloody thingamajig with a big fan on back? Why has he not flown over Stonehenge? You're not allowed to.
I think you can.
I'm still going for them tombs. I don't care. It's not Stonehenge. No,
Which tombs are them?
So
I don't know. That's the name. That's the thing. I don't know the name of them. I'll find out.
Steve Baird, my granddad had a way up the stones. Preservation at its finest. So yeah, I'm saying Stonehenge. Stonehenge, Anne's going with the tombs.
The tombs.
Can't narrow it down. Just the tombs. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. You ready?
Hengy.
Oh, hang on. There we go. The tombs.
Yeah.
The tombs.
What?
Stonehenge. I just seen it, mate.
Yeah. Stonehenge.
Right. Go on, mate.
I think you've just got question number 5 there as well. I think I just flashed that up
We couldn't
by
see it.
mistake. Hang on, guys. Hang on. Here we go. Right. Question number 5. Which popular outdoor activity is shortened down to the letters MTB?
Anyone in the comments? Anyone in the
MTB?
comments get that one? It's a
MTB,
tough one.
Oh, can number 1 nearly done. Flipping heck.
Eating food outdoors, mate. Mealtime. Mealtime, baby. Swimming.
Karen.
Yeah. Kite flying.
Benny.
Quads. Mate,
Let's get another
oh, dearie me.
Oh, these are going down too fast, guys. Flipping heck. Come on.
What are you on, anyway? Yeah,
I'm on Bex. I'm on Bex. It's summer, innit? I can't drink craft in summer.
Karen, bike, right? Okay, day. Tanky Adventures. Can't make that one big, mate. We might have children watching. Everyone can see in the comments. Ant knows the answer. Get it on the screen, mate.
Are we ready?
It's mountain biking.
Can you see it? Oh, yeah. Okay, so yeah, I hope you guys are taking notes as to who's got the correct
Who's in the
answer.
lead?
Yeah, this is what we need to do. We need to have somebody. One of you guys needs to be looking at the names and giving 1 point, 1 point, 1 point. We should be doing that.
Well,
Yeah, that's good. That yeah, very good.
I can't do it, mate, because every it's opposite, isn't it? The flaming directions.
No, that's right for us. Yeah, that's right for us. That.
Yeah.
Right.
Beautiful.
Next question.
Okay, question number 6. Oh, it's a widget.
It's got a widget, mate. Honestly.
Oh,
Shall I get a glass instead of being
pour it nice and slow. Can you still hear us?
Yeah.
Right.
On, mate.
Which of the following is the name of a product associated with camping? We might as well just pass this by. Handprint, fingerprint, or a footprint? Hey, look at that. That is mint.
Hang on a minute, mate.
Look at that.
You'll see the. I'll drop it all over that. There'll be no video. Look at that.
Whoa.
Whoa.
It's like a raging torrent, isn't it? Look at it going downstream. Look at it all. And then filling up at the bottom just when it comes to the end of a canal. All the
We're going to have a nice head on that soon.
Right. I know, Natalie, right? There's no point, is there? There's no point to that question.
Can I just distance myself on this quiz? I don't have anything to do with the organisation of this. Like, you know, it's all Ant. He researched the questions thoroughly beforehand.
And obviously, I don't read them first.
If you pass this, you can get into Mensa.
Well, the answer to that is footprint, guys. All right. Okay. Right. Hang on. Let me just go back to that. Okay. Right. Yeah. Okay. Which popular outdoors brand name and logo is inspired by the half dome in Yosemite, California? Yosemite?
Yosemite.
Yosemite. There you go. Yosemite.
What are you doing?
California.
Noble. Tony's lost it. Mate, say it again. Tony's been to the flow. So, which outdoor brand? Oh, Karen's on one. McKinley. What was your question again, Ant?
Oh God.
Yosemite.
Which popular outdoors brand name and logo is inspired by the half dome in Yosemite, California? Half dome.
North Face.
Yeah, I'm thinking North Face. Because you've got all them special what's that flaming? What's that wall called? The dome wall. That's there, isn't it? Have you seen that on Netflix,
yeah.
Mate?
Yeah,
that's
we
there.
comes up with nothing.
El Capitan.
El Capitan, that's it.
El Capitan.
El Capitan. What's that red wine that I have?
El Diablo.
Casillero del Diablo.
El Capitan el Diablo. Okay, guys. Are you ready? Are we doing any more?
Go on.
Does anybody want to guess?
What have we got?
Any more guesses?
Come on, Mum roll on. What? Mum roll on. Right. Okay. Come on.
Are we ready?
Back here, mate. We're losing it.
North Face.
Excellent.
North Face.
Good one, mate.
Right.
Good one.
Okay. Let's have a look.
Yeah.
Question number 8. Is it true or false? Bouldering is a type of rock climbing that involves using a rope and safety harness. True or false?
False.
False. Anyone in the comments? Bouldering?
Bouldering.
Again, and type of rock climbing that.
True or false? Bouldering is a type of rock climbing that involves using rope and safety harness.
Yeah, I'm saying false, mate. Yeah, false. Jackie,
False.
Birdie, false. Brimmers, false. Gunship 74, false. Natalie, false.
Yeah.
Benny Mac, false. It's bareback. Scottish woodsman. Through Steve Newton Bowl.
Okay, so it's false. Bouldering involves climbing without rope. So what we were talking about El Capitan. He was up there. He was bouldering.
He used ropes, mate. Didn't he? He had a safety rope, mate. He bottled it.
Did he?
Yeah, he used the rope on that, mate. That guy that climbed El Capitan.
Seriously?
Yeah, he free climbed it, but he still had a rope. You can't climb that, mate, with no rope. If you fall off, you just splat, don't you? I think
that was the whole point. No, he went up to not.
He's not belayed, but he's free climbing, but he's got a rope beneath him, so if he falls, he doesn't die. I'm sure. Am I wrong?
Yeah.
If I'm wrong, I fall on my sword on that one.
What's it called, didn't it? He went up, he trained with ropes. And
you sure? He had no rope.
Climb with nothing. Yeah, that's his whole thing, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. That was the whole point. Yeah.
Have I just got that hideously wrong live? Whatever. I'm honest. He didn't. All right.
Says, of course,
he practiced it with a rope.
Yeah.
He practiced it. Okay. I want to know, because I've watched the thing on Netflix, mate. It's called The Dawn Wall. And he's clipped in because there was a bit he couldn't get to. And he kept falling. He had to do this move. Is it called the crux or whatever the hardest move is on the climb? What's it called? It's got a name.
Yeah.
Is it the crux of the climb?
Yeah, it's a big crack.
He had to jump and grab it, and he kept falling, but he didn't fall to his death because he tried about 50 times, ripped the skin off his hands, and he was roped on. I don't think he's. Well, I don't know. Everyone's saying no rope. I'll show you.
CGI'd it. CGI.
All right, Brimmers, The Dawn Wall is a different documentary. I haven't watched the hardcore one, mate. I need to watch it.
All right.
Thanks, everyone.
Yeah. That was him, weren't it? His mum couldn't watch, and what's it? I think it didn't he have autism? I think that's what he had autism, didn't he? And it was in him to literally, I've got to do it type of thing.
Yeah,
anyway,
just for the benefit of anyone else, just for the benefit of anyone who's confused like me, Brimmers has helpfully said the Dawn Wall was Tommy Caldwell, Free Solo was Alex Honnold. There you go.
Yeah, Free Solo. Yeah.
Question from Paul Murray. We're going to get to the questions in a bit in a different section coming next, Paul. So just remember that. You might have to ask it again. We'll get the quiz out of the way, and then we'll go to some questions.
Yeah, we've only got another 2. Unless you want to move on to some more, it's up to you.
No, keep them coming, mate. These quizzes are famous.
Right. Question 9. Which UK city has more canals than Venice?
Birmingham.
Spaghetti Junction.
I'm going to go with Noble on that one. Birmingham.
You going Birmingham?
Birmingham. Noble, let's hear your Birmingham accent, mate.
I don't need it anymore.
Just for the camera, mate. Have a go.
Birmingham? Is that Scout?
You sound Scout. All right.
That's what we get.
All right.
White mate, yeah. What do you reckon, Ant? What are you going with? We've got a few answers here. Birdie.
Wolves, London.
Birmingham. Jackie Bear. Manchester. Birdie, where I am. Dave, Oslo. Wolverhampton.
The Manchester Ship Canal.
Birmingham.
Karen. London, baby. Birdie, I'm a Surrey lad. And Scottish woodsman think it's Birmingham.
Alabama.
Birmingham.
Right. We'll pass on that quickly and we'll go to the answers for that one, Chris. We'll go for the answer or not? I thought Tony fell off his chair.
No, I'm just going for my next beer.
It's Birmingham.
Is it?
All right, by order of the Peaky Blinders.
Yeah. It's because of all the factories, mate, in it, and in the Industrial Revolution. Brimmers, Norwich. Good shout, to be fair. They do have all the... It's like the Norfolk Broads, where you go to be civilised on canal barges.
I'd like to do that.
We'll have to do that as a video. 3 of us hire a
Yes.
barge out and just get pissed for 2 days and crash it.
You could do that for
Piss up on the Broads.
Well, we'll be on board. Ant can paddle behind in his canoe.
Yeah.
just in case.
Noble can drive after 12 cans of Zia.
Imagine.
What could possibly
Oh,
go
my
wrong?
word.
Right. So Birmingham.
So
well done.
Birmingham
Trevor,
canals
that one right.
cover 35 miles compared to 26 of Venice.
The city of love. Have you actually been to Venice, Ant? Have you ever been
No,
there,
I'd
mate?
love to do. I'd love to go
Right.
to Venice. I would love to go to Venice. Maybe one day.
What about you, Noble?
No, I got close a couple of last year, but last 2 years ago, but we didn't go. We didn't get there.
Yeah, I'd
Took
like
the
to go
band to
there.
Italian lakes. We were going to go for a day, but we didn't quite manage it.
See the Italian lakes. I'd love to go there as well.
Yeah.
It's like camper van, mate.
Oh yeah, I'd love to, but wow.
There's a YouTuber, a young lad called he's younger than us, young lad, Bruno Pisani. I don't know if you've seen any of his videos. He goes in the Dolomites. It was like epic videos in the Dolomites. They're all filmed in 4K with 4K drone footage as well. Some of them are spectacular. If you're into that kind of thing, unbelievable. Camping at the top of the Dolomites in the snow with this amazing, looking at the Milky Way and galaxy. He's really talented. So yeah,
look at that.
he's got nothing on us, like, but you know, videos aren't bad.
Venice
The
sucks.
Dolomites,
Best ice cream.
Pendle Hill's got, Dolomites have got nothing on Pendle Hill, have they? Al, Venice sucks. Best ice cream I've ever had. What flavour, mate? What did you go for? Guess Alan's ice cream flavour. That's a quick
I'm going for
impromptu.
Tutti Frutti.
Chocolate.
Neapolitan.
I'm going chocolate. Neapolitan. Everyone guess in the comments Al's ice cream flavour.
Tutti Frutti.
Anyone?
Frutti.
Fastest fingers first. Forget it. Right, moving on.
Okay.
Right, no one type. Oh, Natalie, mint choc chip.
Choc
Alan,
chip.
can you reveal your answer, mate? What flavour ice cream did you get?
Rum and raisin. Oof, gosh,
I've never
yeah,
had
rum
that.
and
I don't
raisin,
like
man.
things like that. I just like limoncello.
Oh yeah, good call.
You know, the best ice cream I've ever had, mate, is in St. Ives, salted peanut caramel. Nice.
Ooh.
Nice choice. You can't beat a nice Cornish ice cream.
Pistachio. But the thing is with pistachio ice cream is you lick it, the first time lick is always the best, and then that's it. Then you don't taste it anymore. Chris. Oh, Chris. Come on now. Right, are we ready?
There you go.
Question number 10.
Caramel.
Okay, question number
nice.
10. What is the national animal of Scotland? Oh, I know this one. What's the national animal of Scotland, Charlie?
The haggis.
It's got fingers.
The wee haggis.
Big things on its head.
The lynx.
Well, yeah, what's the male version of that? No?
Does it begin with S?
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah. Come on, everyone. Let's see your answers. Tiger. All right, Gary.
Tiger.
Rivers has gone with deer. Benny Mac is haggis.
Go on, Charlie, what is it?
Jackie Bear has gone with the high canned coo and possibly the Highland cow.
What is it,
Owl
Charlie?
deer.
Say it into the mic.
No.
Go on.
A goose.
Come on. Nobody can see you. Just say it. What is it?
Go on, Charlie. Shout
Go
it.
on. Chris is saying, go on, shout it.
Shout it.
Come on. Ah, stag.
Benny Mac, Nicola Sturgeon. I'm happy with that. We're going to put that one up, mate, because that's a cracking one.
What
A
an
cuckoo.
animal. What
A
an
cuckoo.
animal.
Woolly cows with horns. The Aberdeen Angus, that's what they're called. A unicorn, a ginger with glasses. Horny cows, Nicola Sturgeon, a kraken. A wee kraken.
Can we just put
Sturgeon.
Paula's comment up, please?
Hang on a minute, mate. I'm scrolling up. Well,
Yeah.
this.
Paula, you are correct.
Are you being serious?
I'm being serious. It's a unicorn.
Oh,
What the
my
hell?
word, that is pathetic.
Oh.
I'd be ashamed if that was my national animal, mate. Unicorns don't exist. Well done, Paula. Well done.
Absolutely outstanding, Paula.
I'm
You must be from
disappointed
Scotland.
about that.
That's all I can say. You're from Scotland, Paula?
Paul Murray, the midge.
It is, yeah.
Yeah, mate, you're going to find out about them in a few months' time, mate.
Yeah.
You're going to come back and you've had like that skin surgery, mate, where it exfoliates your skin.
There's just one thing about that. Just get that thing off the table there.
Oh, we're going to see a live version.
Get that thing off. Is it actually on the table?
Here we go, Ant.
There, on the top, right on the top of my jacket.
What's everyone's drinking as well? What's your drinks of choice?
Lime curl and my vanishing
Tony, what
point.
are you on, mate? What's everyone drinking in the comments? Anyone joining us for a beer or two?
Okay, so in order for me to stop being perished by these dreaded things,
The midges? Bug what? Bug shirt. Bloody mate, what is this? Bug shirt? Everyone, this is a live stream first. The unboxing of a
I think you
bug
can model
shirt.
that, mate. Give it on.
What is that?
Oh my gosh, this is going to be a right old catastrophe in here, isn't it?
We're just
Charlie,
looking at,
grab the
we're looking
beer.
at drinks when
I
you're
ain't
getting
going
that on.
anywhere. Here we go,
Birdie on a
guys.
single malt.
Here we
Posh
go.
T&T, Benny. Nice
What I'm
one.
going to try and do is keep my headphone on.
Well done, mate.
Bushman and Blue, Brewdog,
I'm going to try and keep
One.
my headphones on.
water. Oh, look at that, mate.
What malt are you on, Mr. Stephen Bird? What's that single malt you're on there, pal?
It's a bit warm in here.
Strawberry and
so.
lime cider. Mate, what is that? Look at Ant is transformed into like a beekeeper. That's quite good, isn't it? How does it fasten around your waist, mate? Has it got elastic?
It's not. It's like you know, like the old school night jackets in the 80s.
Yeah.
They used to be like a light and a dark grey with a hood, exactly the same as that. Mint.
Looks good, mate. That'll do
Yeah.
you well. Look
Yeah,
at
I'm hoping so.
there's lots of healthy people on here drinking water. Natalie's on
It's on a
water.
Friday night.
Natalie's tempted to go and make a gin. Well, go and make a gin. Right? If you don't come back with a gin in 3 minutes, we're going to have to block you.
Natalie's always at the gym, so she ain't going to go and get a gin.
Oh, she's
She
tempted.
ain't going to do it.
Brimmers is on the decaf tea. How civilized is that?
Oh my gosh. Do you have shakes?
now.
You
Yeah,
have shakes with that?
Yeah, Noble's on the fireball. Is that the quiz come to an end?
Well, that was question 10. The unicorn. Well, you can be, or we can carry on. It's up to you guys. What have you two got planned?
Let's have a couple more.
Yeah, do a couple
More
more.
questions. Right, should we do? Actually, let's do that. Lakes, rivers, and seas. I like this one. Okay.
If you can hear noise outside, my neighbour's just decided to demolish his wall during the live stream. It's happening out there now. Something.
What is the longest river in the UK? What's the name of the longest river in the UK?
Oh. Are we allowed any clues, mate? Can you tell us what
May I have a
country
see
it's
if
in?
there is. I might be able to. No, there's no clues. There's no clues.
Longest river in the UK? I don't know it. I
7.
don't know, mate. I'm going to say
Tony's
Trent.
going for 7. You're gonna say Trent.
Yeah, that's bottom rubbish.
Thames.
Trying to not swear.
7.
Thames. The Ouse. We've got the River Severn, the Tay, the Thames, the Ouzo.
Thames.
7. I've gone with 7. Desi. Yeah. Thames. Well,
Yeah, you
reveal
ready?
the answer, Ant.
The answer is the River Severn. 220 miles long. Jeez, I need to paddle that.
Geography degree, mate. Have some of that. Okay.
Well done. Well done, guys.
Have it.
Paula again. See, she's blasted.
Paula knows. Paula knows.
Tell you what.
We've got a special bot that can tell if you've Googled it as well. So don't be Googling.
Okay, swapping back. Because I'm trying my best as well not to look at the answers beforehand. So here we go.
Question that one, mate.
Question 2. Which is the only lake in the Lake District with lake in its name? So which is the only lake in the Lake District with lake in its name? Just one. I'm thinking... Lake.
I know that, mate. I'd say it's the largest lake in the Lake District as well. Say it again.
Lake Windermere. Lake Windermere. Lake Windermere.
I think it's Windermere.
Lake Windermere.
Bassenthwaite.
Bassenthwaite.
It's where the ospreys fly.
Bassenthwaite.
On the heights. Yeah, the rest of water, which is correct.
Bassenthwaite.
Water.
I'm going for Windermere. Lake Windermere. Simple, isn't it? But effective. Lake Windermere. Yeah? Right. You don't say Lake Battenthmere or Lake Butterthmere.
Yeah, the others are. I think Bassenthwaite is a lake, actually. But it's Bassenthwaite Lake and Windermere.
No, but it's saying the name is the actual name.
Lake Windermere, right.
Yeah, fine. So I'm going to Lake Windermere today. Going for a paddle on Lake Windermere. Oh, where are you going today? I'm going to Lake Windermere.
I'll have it. Final.
Yeah, should we go for it?
So we have 2 more on this, and then we'll go on to questions, because I know some people have asked some questions. We will have some actual serious questions after this.
Okay, guys. Tony was right. Bassenthwaite Lake. That's what it's called.
Yeah.
Well done. Right, last one or 2? You done last 2? Which river?
One more. Last one, everyone.
Okay. Which river passes? I think I know this one. Which river passes through Uganda, South Sudan, and Egypt? Nile.
Say it again.
Which river passes through Uganda, South Sudan, and Egypt?
Got to be the Nile, isn't it?
It's the Nile, in it. It's got to be on it.
Romance on the Nile.
Go on. Are we all happy with that? We seem to be happy with the Nile, don't we?
Who cares, Graham West?
The Nile, right. And that is the quiz, guys, for this evening.
Thank you, Hans, for putting that together.
No problem.
Appreciate that. Thanks, everyone, for taking part. It's just a bit of light-hearted quiz icebreaker when we just drink a few beers. So it's nice to get the conversation flowing. So what we'll move on to now is, I know some people have submitted questions in that feed. However, we don't have the ability to, well, we do, but it takes ages scrolling back and just trying to keep the flow going because we're live. So if anyone's got any serious questions, do you want to ask me, Ant or Tony, ask away, and we'll just sort of open it up to the floor. This will be as good as the interaction from everyone watching. So make the most of it. And, you know, it's only as good as the interaction we're getting from you guys in the comments. So if you've got anything you want to ask us within reason. And yeah, we'll try our best to answer you. So we're going to be waiting for your questions in the comments.
Thank you, Joe. Thank you, dude. Let me put this fan on. Actually, it might be a bit loud. Is this too loud? Can you lot hear this?
I can hear you, mate. Right, okay. So we're only doing serious questions, Brimacombe. Right, first one here, Northgate 98. I'll put it up on the screen. We'll put up the screens that we're asking, and I'll pick some. Ants will pick some, and Tony will pick some, and so on. So Northgate 98. I don't know what your proper name is, but first of all, thank you for your question. Pendle Hill is obviously a favourite haunt of yours. Good pun there. What is it about the area that keeps drawing you back? Well, I love, as you've probably seen if you've watched the videos for a while, I love history and legends and spooky tales. I love that. I'm kind of drawn to things like that. And Pendle Hill, obviously, is notorious for what took place with the Pendle witch trials back in the day. So there's lots of history, legend, and folklore associated with that area. And it's just, it's a very atmospheric place because of that. So that's the main draw for me. The other thing I like about it, I mention in most of my videos, is depending on what time of year that you go, what season is, I always personally think it has a different feel about it. So, I love it. I love the pub. It's just got a really nice feel, and I love the legends and history of the area. So that is why I'm drawn back to it. So thank you very much for your question, and I hope that's answered it for you. So let's try and pick one for you, Ant. Al, yes, we are on that. I will contact you, mate. Not been to Pendle Hill. Right, Ant, we'll give this one to you, and Tony, I'll pick one for you next. But Ant, I'll leave that with you.
All right, lads, where's your number one dream venue? Oh gosh, what that I've been to, or that I would like to go. I'm going to say that where I would like to go, where I'd love to camp. I want to do the Yukon. That's what I want to do. Yeah, I want to do that. That's where I ultimately want to end up.
Why, mate?
Before I'm old, because I've only just got into canoeing, as you guys know. But when I first started out wild camping, my main goals was to own a canoe and own a hot tent and a hot tent stove, obviously. And they were my two main things, and I own them both. So, and I'm getting to the point now where I'm really, really obsessed with canoeing. So,
nothing wrong with that.
I've been looking through a lot of YouTube videos, and this kept popping up. So the amount of videos I've watched on this, I probably know the route. I could probably do it now. You know, I've watched that many. I love it. That is my ultimate place where I want to end up before I get too old.
Thanks, Ant. Stephen, I hope that's answered your question there. Thanks for your question. So this one for you,
Cheers,
Tony.
buddy.
I'll just flash it up on the screen from Neil David. Tony, he's doing his first wild camp soon. What's the one little tip that would make all the difference to my experience? I'll leave it with you, Tony.
One tip that would make all the difference. First wild camping. I don't know. What one little tip? Take plenty of stuff to keep you entertained at night. I would take my phone, make sure I've got plenty of stuff downloaded, plenty to watch, plenty of stuff to read. I'd certainly make sure I take a camera. I'd be outside the tent taking as many photos as I could during the winter time. You got long, dark nights. You're sat inside, sort of quite long length of time. You need something to do. Plenty of cups of coffee. Definitely to have sort of like to keep yourself warm, keep yourself entertained. I don't know. What would you say, Ant? What would you do?
To make it more.
You want to make it as luxurious as possible.
Yeah, that's the thing. It depends on what you want to carry. Really, you can make your first wild camp. For me, I would personally go local. I'd walk the route, make sure that it is literally a stone's throw away from your car, and take every single luxury that you can carry, and you'll really enjoy it. You'll really enjoy it. For me, I like having a lantern, you know, like your UCO candles or a proper lantern, because of the ambience. You're so relaxed, aren't you? That's what you want to do. That's the key, Neil. Get relaxed.
Well, you want to make sure your first time is enjoyable, don't you? You don't want to be you don't want to be thinking like, sack this off. I'm not doing this again. So it's those little luxuries, aren't they, that's going to make the difference.
Yeah. Right, good answer there, lads. Appreciate that, and thanks very much for your question. I've got one which has been sent by a friend of mine, Rebecca, and the question is, What advice would you give to a novice? Well, what advice would you give to novice wild campers who don't really know where to start? I suppose we'll all have a go at this one. It's a good question, to be fair, and it's not really an easy answer. Number one is don't
YouTube.
subscribe to my YouTube channel and answer Tony's.
It's true. It's true. That's what I did. You go first, and I'll go.
Well, I would say, first of all, it's very easy to be swept along by the cost of things, products and retail, and you've got to have the best tent, you've got to have the best stove, you've got to have the best sleeping bag, and and Hilleberg tents are £700-800. Just sort of dispense with the notion that you've got to have top end gear. That is a myth. Obviously, depending on what season you go, if you're going to be camping in the depths of winter, in foul weather, on exposed ridges, well, you're going to need the equipment for that type of experience. But, I would say novice wild campers aren't particularly going to be picking, 4-season camping for the first wild camping experience. So kit yourself out, get some decent budget gear. YouTube is... Well, I won't steal your thunder on that, Anne, because I can imagine what you're going to say. But yeah, don't sort of fall foul of the myth that you've got to have the best of everything, because everyone has got different budgets, and you can go and do it with some cheaper gear, depending on the weather conditions. So I did have something else in my head as well, and ask the mental aspect of it. I'll just touch upon that, and then answer you can carry on, which I think is what you're going to say. But the mental aspect of it, I think that is the hardest thing. I'm on various different Facebook groups about wild camping and walking singles, because I'm a single person, so I go walking. So I've joined various groups, and a lot of these questions come up. So one of the main sort of hurdles people find is that initial getting beyond the fear, the anxiety of, well, doing it on my own. A lot of people don't have people to go with, because not everyone's into wild camping, so they're invariably faced with the prospect of going alone, and that fills a lot of people with anxiety. And there's that barrier of, oh, what's it going to be like to do it? And all I'd say is sort of push yourself, pack your bag. The biggest hurdle you'll have is putting your bag in the car, getting in the car, turning your key to the ignition and getting to the location. You will find when you get over that barrier and leave your front door and you're on the road to your adventure, it all goes away, and then the excitement takes over, and all of a sudden it's like, that was absolutely amazing. Can't wait to do it again. So it's the mental block. Overcome that, and the world's your oyster. That's my answer on that one. And
Thank you, Mark.
Hands on mute.
Did I actually burp and not be on mute? I'll put it on mute to burp. It's bad, wasn't it? Did you all hear it? Sorry, guys. Anyway, seriously, mine. I watched YouTube. Basically, that's all I did when I first started. We did a camp when Jake was about 5 years old. Bearing in mind now he's 19, guys. So we were 5, and we did a camp on a campsite, and that was the last time that I used a 3-man tent that I bought for that. I had a trangia burner and a few cups and things like that, but didn't have a clue about wild camping. And I don't know what it were. I come across it, and it was Chris's channel. It was Chris, and it was 2 Feet Forward, Austin and Lucy. They were the 2 channels that I started watching, and I learned everything from him. So the best advice I can give you is go onto YouTube and have a look and have a look at decent quality wild campers. I don't know. Yeah, that's what I would do personally. I would have a look on there and take it from there.
You've got such a wealth of information at your fingertips with YouTube, and it's free. You didn't have that, did you, in days gone by? No. It's the biggest search engine in the world. So everything you need to know, it's on YouTube. Tony, same to you, mate. Any novice wild campers?
Just get out and do it, don't you? I think that's just get out, give it a whirl.
I know some people suffer with like anxiety, and it doesn't bother. Talking about,
you don't have to go miles. You don't have to go miles. You don't have to go to the top of a mountain. Just stay close by.
Yeah.
Just keep it all nice and relaxed, nice and chilled.
Yeah.
And just take it from there.
But some people do genuinely suffer from conditions such as anxiety, and you will find once you get over that initial the anxiety of the unknown, stepping out into the unknown, leaving your home for a hill. Once you do that, you'll find it nice and calming and relaxing, and it's a mindful experience, isn't it? Certainly solo wild camping, because you're just invariably alone with your thoughts, and I'm sure there's lots of people that can relate to that. Stressful jobs, stressful lives, stressful pace of life. When you go out, pitch your tent, once you've done everything, when you're on your own and you're just up there with the sounds of the birds and the wind in the grass. I know I'm getting a bit poetic here and about a few drinks, but that's what it's all about for me. Just switch off, reconnect with nature, leave the stresses of life behind, lower down. You're up there, and it's just a lovely mindfulness session, isn't it? It's absolutely brilliant.
I said to you during the week, didn't I? Your last Pendle Hill video. It's like the sound of rain on the fly sheet is absolutely. I love that. Just you're all down in your tent. It's mint. It's absolutely mint.
Yeah. So that's a great question, Rebecca. Thank you very much for that one, and I hope that's answered it for you.
You could do a day camp as well. Set everything up.
Good shout.
Where you're going to do your wild camp, your full camp, set it up. And then just do it for the day and see how you feel.
Yeah. Here's a good one. Let's go with. Hang on a minute. Let me scroll up because there's been a few comments since we've been rambling away there. Bear with me. Take a pan. Right, hang on a minute. We'll go with Craig Super Kev. Do any of you lads get a good sleep on wild camps? I don't myself. Never do. Cheers. First of all, I don't know whether your name's Craig or Kev, but whatever it is, Kev Craigs or possibly I don't know. Thanks for your question. I never get a good sleep on a wild camp, ever. If it's normally windy and then you can't sleep because it's so loud, and people say, why don't you use earplugs? Well, because I've got to go to work the next day or the day after, so I can't sleep in. I've got to wait to an alarm, so I don't ever get a good sleep. But as I've said on some of my videos, I don't go for a sleep. I go for the adventure, and I accept that on that I won't get a good night's sleep, and it's just part and parcel of it. I have a better night's sleep in my comfy bed when I come to my warm home when I get back. That's my answer.
I do, to be honest. I do. I don't have a problem sleeping at all, to be honest. I find
especially about 9 cans of beer, mate.
We all sleep.
We've seen your clips from your tent, mate, when you get in half cut.
Well, that's your fault. That's not their to do with me. That's
no wonder you have a good sleep. You bloody half cut, like one on the Glasgow Coma trail.
Like, I've got to be up at 5 o'clock. I've got to be up. I can't be lying in.
Jesus Christ. And what about you, mate? Any good sleep when you go camping?
Well, I just want to scroll up. It relates to this question, but Gary said, which is
put it
best? On? Yeah. Where are we?
This?
I can't. Yes, there you go. That's the one.
It's got it.
That's the one. And
don't forget, Craig. We'll come back to it. We're still same question.
Yeah, it's still the same question, but we'll answer 2 here. But yeah, definitely hammock all day long. I get a good night's sleep in a hammock. Love it. Tony, look at Tony. He hates them. Yeah, he absolutely hates them.
After watching you for messing about for 3 hours trying to put a hammock up, like, forget it. That is never happening.
No, you're doing it. You're doing it.
No,
I'll make sure you have a hammock camp.
Not happening.
Look at this.
What's that?
It's product for a few. I've got an under quilt.
Oh, nice.
I've never had an under quilt. And a special hammock, which I'm going to be testing.
Awesome. See, you've got to try it.
Yeah.
And Tony's going in your other one, isn't he?
Yes.
Well, if I am, I'm going to sit back watching you put it up again.
Right. Hang on a minute. So, Kev, Craig, thank you for your question. Right. Well, let's go with a weird one from Westy. Who out of the three of you is best in a fight against wolves? Discuss. Right.
Well, you know what I'd do.
We know what
I would bow down and I'd back away slowly with my hands out like that.
Yeah.
Easy
You
now.
bow
Easy
to them.
tiger.
I'd be quite safe because I've got the angry haggis. I've got the angry haggis who can set on him. They're scared of him. They don't come, which just leaves you, Tony.
I'd punch it in the face, be right. Easy.
Fighter.
There you go. Tony, you punch it in the face. Thanks for your question, Graham. So, right, Brimmers. We're going to put Brimmers up. Brimmers is a legend. So, do any of you feel like money ever holds you back from adventures? I'll start with that one. In some ways, yeah, and in other ways, no. You don't have to pay other than your fuel to get there if you've got a car or you're getting on public transport or you're lucky enough to be able to walk to your venue. You don't have to pay. Obviously, you need gas and expendables. You need to sleep in our tents and have a sleeping bag and have some gear to sustain you on your adventure. But it depends what you define from adventure. I'd love to go to Everest Base Camp or do the Annapurna circuit trek because I love the Himalayas. I'm obsessed with all that. And I don't have the cash to do that. So in that respect, money is holding me back from some of my aspirational adventures. But I can still have them, still have a good time. But I suppose it depends on what your goals are, really, because some things do cost money, and that's out my reach. Ant?
Yeah, exactly the same, really. You know, I mean, I've said about the Yukon and stuff like that. It still costs. I think you're talking six. Is it? It's either 4 or 6 grand for 16 nights, which that 4 or 6 grand could pay for a full holiday for a family of 4 in an all-inclusive holiday with your kids.
Forget it, mate. Get out in the canoe.
Laz, did you hear that?
Christmas card list.
But yeah, no, that's it. You've got to buy your time if you want. If you want the major adventures, you buy your time, don't you? When your kids are older and
kids come first, mate.
Yeah, that's it. But other adventures, no. The most expensive shell out I've done is my canoe. Paid 600 quid for that canoe, and that's the most money I've spent on a luxury item, really, for camping.
Do you not think? If you won the lottery, do you not think you'd just end up doing the same, but in bigger, more grander places? But your life essentially you'd be doing the same kind of thing, but in just more far-flung places? I think I would.
And just take more people as well with you.
I think if I suddenly became infinitely wealthy, I think I would essentially be doing the same things, but I'd be doing it in sort of slightly more far-flung places, doing it sort of, I'd be top of Everest rather than top of Pendle, but essentially I'd be doing the same thing.
Mate, if you won 66 million or a Euro Millions Rolo bet, what would you give me and Ant?
Well, I'd pay you to be my Sherpas, to be honest.
I've got a bad back. I couldn't do that.
Well, you can't come then, can you?
Fair enough. Be a cameraman.
10%.
Well, yeah, there you go. Be a cameraman. There you go. You can film
that. I'll do that.
Good question, Brimmers.
Hang on a minute. I did chill out for a light for this room. What am I doing? I tell you what, Tony. Look at Tony. He's gone all hyper, and I paid for a bulb. I've got a bulb. Well, hang on, guys. Carry on.
I've got daylight. I've got the natural light. So Northgate 98 again. I know we've answered one of yours, but this is a good one, so we're going to answer this one as well. Which other YouTubers do you watch, and who inspires you? Right, okay. I watch quite a few. just a little disclaimer. There's loads of people in the MCM Outdoors Facebook group who post their YouTube channels. I know people might think this is a bit of a cop-out, but it's not, because I work full-time, and then on my days off at the moment, I'm going out filming and then editing videos and uploading them and then back to work and so on. So it's very difficult to find the time to watch a 25, 30-minute video, then comment on it, because I think if you watch it, you should watch it all the way through. So I'm just putting that out there. First of all, there's loads I'd love to watch, but I genuinely don't have the time anymore. Who inspired me initially was Hayes Outdoors. I used to love his earlier videos, and I bought myself a GoPro off the back of that. I've always sort of been filming, but not, I just took my dad's camcorder. We didn't upload it to YouTube because it didn't exist then. And it was just on my PCs at the time. And then I started watching Hayes Outdoors around January 2015 and really loved his videos. And I thought, well, you know what? I'm going to go out and get a GoPro. I'm going to start putting my adventures. It's like a good way of recording things. So I used to watch his. I watch some of Paul Mesner's because I like some of the gear he uses. Got a good laid back style. I like seeing the various equipment he uses. I use some similar things myself, but I love Simon the Bloke in the Woods. I think he's very down to earth, a very genuine bloke. I reached out to him when we were talking about Leave No Trace, and he was good enough to give up some of his time, record a clip for me, and be part of a little collaboration video. And I think, he's got he's got over 100,000 subscribers now, and rightly so, because he's cracking videos and he's a very genuine person that comes across. But he takes the time out to read my email, respond to me, who's this, asking me for that, and he's took time out of his own day to do that. So I was really made up with that. Patrick Dickinson, absolutely hilarious and an absolute legend. I absolutely love his videos. He's brilliant. We've discussed this amongst ourselves. What is it that draws you to YouTube channels? For me, it's the persona. It's about the person. And Patrick, he's a genuine bloke. I would love the opportunity to go and sit with him in his garden shed and drink 9 pints and talk about his music collection, his wild camps. And for me, what sealed the deal was when he cooked a roast dinner in his tent in the Peak District. It's just groundbreaking stuff, because everyone does the same. You go up, you walk, you talk, you cook your meal, you have a beer, you go to sleep, quick breakfast, and off. It's the same format, but cooking a roast dinner in a tent, for me, groundbreaking. So they're just some of mine. There's lots more, but I'm hogging the air. Tony?
Yeah. Me? I also watch you guys. Watch all you guys. To be honest, this morning I was watching Mr. Bushman's video on the beach. I was watching him this morning. Obviously, my mate Phil. I watch Phil's all the time. I'm with Chris, Pat Dickinson. Yeah, new one today.
I watched that. Yeah.
Wild Camping 101. Watch him. There's a few. I watch quite a lot of photography ones as well, to be honest. From Thomas Eaton, Henry Turner, Kevin Hardcastle, those kind of guys. But the wild camping ones, I try and watch more of the smaller guys, the smaller channels. Chris Homer, he's good. I like Chris. He makes some good videos. Who else do I watch? Chris, Bill, you guys. But yeah, I try I follow me Friday. I try and get myself through all those. I like to watch all the guys that are in the Facebook group. So I'll work my way through those. To be honest, I watch that. I don't watch telly anymore. To be honest, get up in the morning. I'm on YouTube.
Yeah.
What about you, Anne?
I have my tea. I'm always watching YouTube. I never watch TV anymore, as in like shows on TV. It's always YouTube when I come home from work. Whoever's popping up in my feed at the time. Obviously, you guys, you know that. But my main guy, who I absolutely, he's just a legend to me. He really has, and he's taught me so much. And you guys know Rick T, absolutely awesome guy.
Oh, talk about, yeah, of course. Yeah,
he is literally
Proper
No,
outdoor.
I'm not what. Yeah. You know, I admire him. He's a legend to me, and he's taught me and Charlie so much. And the thing with him is he spends his days with kids, with hard work, like, you know, the really hard work kids, and he's the most calming, relaxed, laid back bloke that you could ever meet. Nothing phases him. If you start getting panicked, he'll calm you down, you know. And he's so good with Charlie. You know, he's got him to light his first fires. He's gone out in the canoes and trained him and got him used to falling in the water and things like that and getting out. Just immense, perfect, you know, really good. And like Gary says, you know, Matt from Adventure is Made. I love his cinematography. You know, he's got some absolutely stunning films.
He's got a lovely dog as well, hasn't he, Matt?
Yeah, Poppy. Yeah, beautiful. But yeah, his cinematography is just second to none. It's really good. As I'm into canoes and things like that. So Lost Lakes, that's a couple, and they go off doing absolutely outstanding adventures, 5-6 days out on their own, 2 weeks, whatever, in the depths of Canada. And there's loads, you know. I've got loads on my feed that come up. Harry, you know, which you what's it called, Flying Haggis. You know, you guys, if you've not seen him, go and check him out at the Flying Haggis on YouTube. He loves everything stealth, anything stealth, you know. And he's just fun to watch. Go and check him out, guys, as well. But yeah, there's loads out there. As I say, Austin and Lucy, 2 Feet Forward. Go check them out. They're brilliant.
There's too many to mention, mate, isn't there?
There's loads. You guys on here as well. You know, we watch you guys as well. So yeah.
Hope that answers your question. So thank you for that one. Is a quite topical one at the moment. Gunship 74. Do you think your wild camping experience has changed due to the rangers being told to make more of a point of moving you on? For me, I would say no, because most of the places I go to, I try and sort of pick the quieter places. So I've never been moved on. I've never been asked to be moved on. Tony can't. Your heads can't be seen above that banner there, mate. Sorry. So, yeah. I've seen things about people camping. The only places I've heard about people being moved on are in the major honey spot sites. For example, in the Peak District National Park, on the edges, certainly Bamford, Stanage Edge, and yeah, because they are predominantly owned by big families that own the land, and they have shooting grouse on there. So people are taking the pee with like barbecues and stuff like that, and they're having some sort of moorland fires, which is destroying the landscape, which ultimately is their land and it's their livelihood. So I've heard stories about people getting moved on, and ultimately my line is always going to be, if you're asked to move on, that's it. You know, you respectfully pack up and you comply with the landowner's request. No arguments. I'm not going to preach. People know that's what you should be complying with if you're wild camping. You should always try and seek the permission of the landowner first. But I like the lesser known spots. I'm not really going near the Lake District so much at the moment because it's so busy. I went in to go outdoors 2 days ago to try and buy some gas. The shop, the Liverpool branch, where it's local to me, looks like it's been looted. There's nothing on the shelves. There's no gas. Tents are pretty much all out of stock. It looks bare. It looks as though they're closing down. And you speak to staff, and I said, you know, when you're going to get some gas in stock? I don't know. We're not hearing anything from our suppliers. Everyone is going camping this year, so there's sort of ridiculous amounts of pressure probably going to be on our national parks, and wild camping is going to be very much under the spotlight. So I think it's I'm not preaching, because it's you know, it's like, shut up, you're not, you know, what are you preaching about? I'm not But I think we've got to have a little extra think than we normally would, and think, let's just go take that, go that bit of extra mile, do that bit of a harder climb, pick somewhere without that spectacular view, which is so convenient, closer to the car. Let's just go, walk a little bit further and get off the beaten track. That's for me, Tony. I'm not sure about yourself.
No, to be honest, I've never met a ranger in my entire life, to be honest. I haven't.
Except when you're asleep after 9 pints of Zia.
But I haven't. It's not something that I've ever come across. And I think the issue in the Peak District is specific to that area. I don't think always the rangers sort of wander around the high mountains and the lakes. There's certainly an egg round Pendle Hill. I think you just got to be conscious and aware of where you are and
where you're going. Yeah.
How about you, Anthony?
I come across rangers for the first time in Delamere Forest when we were camping with Cheshire Wanderer Mike, and also Captain Bushcraft as well. We quite probably set up too early. We was in the middle of it was like a swamp, but they couldn't get to us. It was weird because we'd set up and I was in my white TP tent as well. What are the chances there? And they drove past. They stopped right at the end of this like swamp area, but couldn't get to us. And then they drove past. It must have been about 4 times they'd done the same thing. They'd stopped, and then they must have thought, "Oh, forget it, whatever." But we never got hassled. They left us to it. Obviously, you make sure you tidy yourself up. You leave no trace. And I've camped there twice. Not had any hassles really. But that was back pre-COVID. So there's different things now, with what's going on in the press and people making it hard for us who are genuine campers who want to look after the sites that we visit. And I'm just hoping that people do respect it.
Good stuff, lads.
We all do anyway, don't we? There's no point preaching to us guys because we all know.
Tony, start off with you on this one, mate. From Alan.
I think we've already said it. I'd go with Pat Dickinson, to be honest, mate. I'd be there.
Would you?
No, definitely.
Well, I'd go with you, Tony.
Well, you've already done it, mate.
Unbelievable. You're so tight. You didn't think of me and Chris, and you went straight to Pat Dickinson. Unbelievable.
Well, sorry, mate.
I'm done.
Yeah, forget it. It's over.
I nearly knocked my drink over there.
I'd go with Ranulph Fiennes. Sir Ranulph Fiennes. I think he's a legend, to be fair. Look up to him, to be honest. Did he climb Everest when he was 70? I've read bits of excerpts, bits of his book, and he's a very well read, and he's a cracking bloke, to be honest. I think he got thrown out to Special Forces for blowing up a bridge with his mates. He stole some C4 and he blew up a bridge and he got chucked out. But proper old school adventurer, loads of stories to tell. Absolute legends. He climbed Everest, like I say, in his 70s, and he's had a life of adventure. So I would choose Sir Ranulph Fiennes. So Craig Super Kev asked about anything paranormal or strange. I've spoke about mine on the video with a jump scare, but Ant and Tony, paranormal or strange from you guys?
I think I've said mine before. Bigfoot. I had a bit of a problem with him a couple of times.
Serious answer though. What about it?
No, it was serious. It was serious on me. You know it, Chris. You've been to my camp or the camp where we used to go.
Yeah.
Before I did convert it into a bushcraft camp, it was the place where I'd go for my wild camps with Charlie. And yeah. I think it was it was my first solo wild camp. back in the Dutch Army tent, and I woke up and I was totally awake. Must have been about 3 o'clock in the morning, and you know the hill that you know where we camped, in the hammocks, and you looked across to the game trail, and then you looked up, and there was a sharp like incline hill, weren't there, that led to the farmer's field at the top. Well, up there, it literally was a thwack, a really like wood on wood smack, really hard. It must have done it 3 or 4 times, and all I was thinking to myself is, it's got to be a deer running into a tree or something like that. Well, I'm just trying to put me off, you know. But it was literally wood on wood, whack. And then a couple of weeks later, me and Jay were camping in the pine forest, which is probably half a mile from the camp where that happened. And same again, we were at the bottom, we had a fire going, and the incline, the hill was literally right at our side here. So you're probably talking about 50 foot away. And the same again at 10:30. Whack! Don't know what it were. Weird. Dead strange, but that's me worst ever
spooky, mate.
Paranormal event.
Spooky. Tony, what about yourself?
Well, they don't know mine. I think we've talked about it before. Is the Angleton fox?
Yeah, the thief. The thief of Angleton.
The sausage thief.
I had me cowering in my sleeping bag like a big girl. But yeah, other than that, no. I honestly, no, I've never no spooky experience. But I don't believe in that kind of thing anyway. So yeah.
Tony wouldn't know because he's always had 9 cans of tea, and he wakes up at 5 a.m. and it's the ghost gone by then.
Before we go on to Natalie's comment, I just want to say about what Leon saw when we were up. And you guys know where we're on about the Moors camp,
yeah,
you know, and we were literally tents like that, and we were sat right in the middle, and we were cooking food, and we were having a proper laugh, and it were a really cold. Was it autumn coming out of winter possibly, or going into winter? Night, dead dark, really cold, atmospheric, but we were having a proper laugh. We'd had a few beers. And I remember looking at his face, and he's laughing away. And then all of a sudden, his face just dropped. And I went, "What's up with you?" He said, "I've just seen something about 25 yards down the field, literally about 4 foot off the ground, 4 legs, running, and it jumped." And he said it was jet black. So what the hell's that? It can't be a sheep. Do you know what I mean?
Jet
black. Right on the basically it was right, you know, on the horizon type of thing, and he saw it jump.
The haggis.
So anyway, yeah, winter. There you go, Leon. Yeah,
the haggis is in that cupboard over there.
It could be the haggis. He's no legs.
It might come out. Might come out during this live stream. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. So Natalie, did you 3 meet through YouTube? Shall I go first on that, lads?
Yeah, go on.
Yes, we did. Thank you. I'll give you a bit more than that.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, I'm quite a cautious person, so you get a lot of interaction on YouTube with loads of people who relate to your content, and do get requests to like meet up and camp, but you know, you've got to look after yourself and make sure you're not going to end up in a freezer, haven't you? With these 2 weirdos, it's been a possibility on the odd occasion, but
especially Tony on Halloween.
Yeah, it's a slow process. I don't really know. I got chatting to them really just through the comments, and it went through there, and then obviously Ant wanted to go and do Red Screes, just challenge himself with regard to. I'm probably sealing your story here, mate. So he wanted to challenge himself. So I'll help you with that. So yeah, through YouTube, it's a cracking community, and I've met loads of great people. I'm in touch with loads of people. I'm going on a camp the weekend after next, hopefully with Alan from Bushman and Blue, and from Dave Outdoors. So there's going to be something coming up week after next. So yeah, it's good to put you in touch with like-minded people. But
Yeah, no, it was. It was exactly what Chris said. I wanted to get myself up Red Screes. I'd seen his videos, loved it, and thought pretty well with what Chris was saying. It's pretty easy. So I attempted it with Charlie, and we failed miserably. And it was good weather as well, but I just clammed up. I'm not good at heights at all. And obviously with Charlie with me, I wanted somebody to look after him while I dealt with what I needed to do, and not have the fear of looking after him as well. So Chris, the gentleman and perfect, he should be a mountain leader. I think you should lead walks up Pendle Hill or something. But I think he's absolutely awesome. He really is. But no, he got me up there. He looked after Charlie, and like I say, I dealt with my fears. He taught me through things and got me up to Red Squeeze, and yeah, awesome. And then Tony, we met up, didn't we? I think it was after that we did Castle Crag. That were our first time that we met.
Yeah, well, we was chatting. Well, the three of us weren't we? More chatting through comments on YouTube. Then I met you, Ant. We went up Castle Crag, and then through you, I've met Chris. But again, I've said before, the meeting you guys, the community, that is absolutely most definitely the best thing from YouTube.
Oh, it is, isn't it? Yeah. So many awesome people. Yeah,
absolutely. Whether I've got 500 subscribers, 5,000 subscribers, it doesn't really mean a great deal. But it's the people that you meet, the community that you've got. That is absolutely the best thing. It absolutely is.
Excuse me.
So just, I mean, if people have ran out of questions, that's fine. But if you've got any more, keep them going, because if we're running out, we'll probably look to wind things down, to be honest. But if you've got any more questions, keep them coming, because we're good for a little bit longer, to be honest. So if you've got anything else you want to ask us, make sure you keep asking in the comments. Graham West has just sent a comment, adverts in capitals. I'm not sure what that means, to be honest. I've not seen any so far. I'm not sure if you guys have, but I haven't. So yeah, Timmy Robinson. This is an interesting topic. We need an official Wild Campers membership so we can prove we all leave no trace. I'll be controversial. I'll say it's a good idea in theory, but I just think how is that going to be supervised? How is it going to be? First, I'm not shooting your suggestion down in flames. I'm just thinking out loud. How would you supervise that? How can you prove that people leave no trace? I can apply for a Wild Campers membership. Who's going to give me that membership? Someone going to watch me do a camp? They watch 5 and decide, yep, Chris leaves no trace. Do I pay a fee? And someone says, yeah, he's going to leave. You can't do it like that. It's a good suggestion, mate. But I think, to be honest, a good scheme I've seen, which I've never tried, but I'm thinking about at the moment because of the way things are, is that nearly wild camping. And I think I don't know if anyone's got an experience. If you have, again, comments. Let's keep it interactive. Otherwise, it's just us talking to the camera. This nearlywildcamping.co.uk, and it's basically a group of landowners who've come together. It's in effect a bit of a group, and you pay a fee. And you are then a member of that. You email them, the landowners, say where you want to go. And there's various sites throughout the UK, which are not proper campsites. They're just wild land, which is okay for camping on. And by virtue of the fact you've joined the group, you are free to go and camp on their land with notice. I think that's a good idea, to be honest. I'm not sure what you think on that, Tony. What your views are, to be fair.
So it's effectively like a campsite, but slightly more wild than normal.
Yeah, it's pretty much. It's called. Yeah. I think it's called. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, people in the comments. Nearlywildcamping.co.uk, and it's just like there's like farmers, landowners, and they will own land, which is like, it's not managed, or at best you might get the grass cut. And if you get a sort of membership ID. and then you get access to the emails of these landowners. And you can say, "Hi, I'm a member of. Can I come go here?" And it's not a proper campsite. I think it's a good idea.
Yeah, so it's like a halfway house between sort of, you know, but yeah, so like if you it's like we were talking about earlier, isn't it? So if you're a bit wary of going full blown sitting on top of a mountain, while camping, it gives you that safety net that you're not going to get turned away.
It's maybe a good idea for the first time wild campers, isn't it? Who are a bit like cautious and nervous about doing it. Go and have a go on that.
Yeah, you know you're all right for the night. You don't have that sort of additional worry that somebody's going to come along and tell you to move on.
Yeah. Tony, I'm cutting your head off there again, but Ant's just back in time. This one.
Sorry, guys. Sorry about that. Needed a wee.
I mean, I can put a side by side. This one here from Chris Edwards. Is there a piece of kit that you would say justifies its expensive price tag, i.e. something you might have been put off by because of its price point, but has proved worthwhile in long term? I would say, just for me, my Helleberg Solo. I got divorced in 2016, and as a bit of a gift
because of that. What?
Those of you that watch my videos know I'm quite an honest and open person. So yeah, it happens, doesn't it? So yeah, I got divorced in 2016 and moved back into this house. And I thought, you know what, I'm going to treat myself to something. And I'd looked at these tents for a while. I was like, I can't afford that in a tent, but I put it on a credit card and thought, I'll put it on the credit card and I'll pay it off. And I'll just splash out on myself, be a little bit selfish. So I bought that Solo, and it's been in some cracking conditions, and I've had some brilliant adventures because of it. So that is my extravagant purchase, and I think it's proved worthwhile to me. That's my one. And I don't know about you and Tony.
The most one is my canoe. That's the most extravagant. You guys,
it's a lovely canoe, that, mate.
Yeah, I love it, and it is. It's 20. Well, it's 19-year-old. Same year as when Jake was born. 2002. Absolutely fantastic. Proper Canadian canoe. Yeah, that is it. You guys who watch my channel, you know that I don't spend loads on camping gear. I always the most expensive tent that I own is probably the Banshee, which cost me 60 quid off eBay. The rest of them are Lavus or basically military cheap, and they've done me fine. I'm not one to what's the word? I'm not one to be. I like getting down and dirty. That's all. It don't bother me getting a little bit muddy. A lot of people turn their noses up if you're in a Lavu and you don't have a ground sheet down that's connected or whatever. I'm not bothered. I'll just sleep with a little bit of a tarp on floor and stick me mat down and get in my sleeping bag, and that's it. It doesn't bother me. Leon on the other end, he gets a little bit irate when I say come and camp in the Lavu. He wants a bottom in his tent. But I'm not bothered about that whole stuff like that. Nah. Tom?
Well, I've got a Solo as well, and I think the beauty of the Solo is the confidence it gives you that worst case scenario, if you end up in some sort of raging hurricane, you're going to be all right. However rare that may be, I think the price of the Hilleberg, the confidence that it gives you that it can withstand any conditions you're going to throw at it. Just justify the price. I don't know. They are still expensive, aren't they? But yeah, when I'm in it, I feel like I am absolutely invulnerable. That no matter what Mother Nature's going to throw at me, I'm going to be all right. Does that justify the price of the tent? I'm not sure.
I like that one that Steve Woods has just put up.
What's that one, mate?
I've not seen that, mate.
Yes, it is.
Angle
Yes,
Sam
absolutely.
becoming the Ibiza of wild camping.
1830. Where are we going?
Oh,
Angle
man.
Oh, God.
Yeah, for bloody sure. Flipping out.
Right. Stoker, Neil, would you ever consider leading walks with an overnight camp for beginners to teach good habits and to get more people camping responsibly?
I think you should lead walks up Pendle Hill, Chris. And
That's
I think
exactly what I was going to say.
This weekend, I think.
Yeah. I'll speak to you about that after the video.
Let's do it.
Let's
do it.
I work full time. So I don't get that much time. I'd love to do YouTube full time. I'd love to do outdoors full time because it's my passion. And I think all of us would love to do our imagine getting paid for your passion. Imagine earning a living from your passion outdoors. I think I'd probably possibly miss my calling in life. So it's just a hobby for me at the moment. But I don't know if things ever change, then maybe come into some cash. It's not likely because I don't do the lottery. I'd love to do it, but I've seen I'm in a group called Peaks and Pubs, obviously in the Peak District. I'm drawn to the pub aspect, and it's all about walking in the Peak District and going to pubs. And they have to do walks, and I'm not sure on the legality of this. I'm not knocking them, but because they are an organised group as such, they have to have public liability insurance and have to have risk assessments in place for doing things like that. And I can't be arsed with all that rules and legislation and red tape. So if you ever did anything organised, I think technically you need to have all that nonsensical bureaucracy in place. I can't be bothered with anything like that, to be honest. So I'd love to do it. It's not to say that if you arranged a walk with three of your mates who you'd met on YouTube, you need to have any of those legal issues in place. But I don't know. I sound really boring and anal saying this, but if something went wrong and someone got hurt, broke their leg, hurt themselves, something bad happened, and next minute it's like, you took me on an organised walk and it's all gone horrible. It's not.
But I think the thing is, they have to. Money has to exchange hands for that.
Does it? Yeah, I wouldn't want any cash, to be honest.
Well, that's what I mean. So you'd be okay to do it, as long as money doesn't change hands and you've not organised something. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You could run a wild camp, say up Angletown. You could run a wild camp up there, and somebody jump in the water there and drown. That wouldn't be your fault. You've organised a camp to go out to walk and do a wild camp. That's not your problem, is it? You know, but whereas you'd have to have insurance if you was taking money off people.
Well, I'd say on to teach good habits and to get more people camping responsibly. It's not just me. I mean, there's most of the YouTube channels that we watch in our circle, and no doubt you do too. They all push that good habits and get more people camping responsibly. I don't know, like, you know, Rick does that, and doesn't he? Leads groups out there, and he
does with
part
kids.
Of his job, isn't it? Part of his
it's his job. Yeah, he's an outdoor education teacher.
I wanted to be a teacher, mate, and then I've took a different path in life.
Man, you're still young enough to do it.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. What about you, Ant?
I think it's just a minefield. You don't want to go into. I think it's, you know, like a walk with like-minded collective is different than an organised walk, isn't it? It's a minefield you don't want to enter.
I just want to read that one actually out. Council Estate.
Tony, read this one out. Tony, you're on it, mate.
Have you had any pole dancers asking you to do a turn on your tent poles? If not, I will do one. If there's any demand to watch a drunken 50 or 8-year-old man, obviously 4 cans of Northern Monk, bring it on. Let's be having it.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
I've never had it.
I was going to do something similar for my summer solstice 2021, but unfortunately, time got away.
Still waiting for it, Tony. Still waiting for it. You can still do it.
Yeah, let us just say we had high hopes for Tony's annual summer solstice video, which has failed to materialise this year.
Down,
The reason
events took over. I will do something suitably special for Halloween.
It's like a dogging video or something with Mr. Turnip.
God, I'm just letting the dog out. 1 sec.
Yeah, no, we haven't had that Olan, to be honest. Every now and again, we think the Swedish women's netball team is going to turn up on one of our wild camps, but it's never happened yet, to be honest. So, moving down the old comments.
I just want to read that one, actually, from Olin again. Olavu is the council estate of the camping world without the drug dealers and prostitutes. I just find that so funny. Oh, man. Okay. Oh, God.
To be honest, Steve Woods, yeah, Olan, Craig. Come on, folks, we're running out of questions. Disclaimer from Alan. Right, okay. We've only got...
There's a few if you go up, mate. There's quite a few up
there. Yeah. I'm cherry picking, to be honest. Graham West, is the Telemark 2.2 better than the Solo, Chris? Tough question, that, Graham. Number one, I've only used the Telemark 2.2 on a couple of camps. Number one, I failed because I couldn't see because my eyes swollen. Bloody, it looks like something off like 50,000 leagues under the sea. So I had to ditch that one. So my first experience was it on Pendle Hill on the other video. So that was good. It depends what you mean better. It's certainly lighter than the Solo, so I like it in that regard. The Solo is heavy. I think they're not comparable. The Solo is a 4-season mountaineering tent designed for the harshest environments. The Telemark is a 2 to 3 season ultra lightweight tent, and it's not designed. So I can't compare them, mate, because they're like chalk and cheese in terms of their intended use. So yeah. Yeah, that's that one. Keep your questions coming. Chris, would you ever think of applying for the Fjallraven Arctic Challenge? I'd love to do that. I'd love to do that.
Good question.
I'd love to do it.
Fjallraven Arctic Challenge.
I'd love to have a go at that. I'd love it. I've got 2 little ones, so they come first at this present moment in time. So that might put the blocks on what I can and cannot do at this present moment in time. But when they're old enough that they're standing on their own 2 feet, that's something I'd love to do. Try and keep myself fit. Craft beer notwithstanding, because of Tony and Ant, it's a bad influence there. I'd love to do that. Tony, what about you, mate?
I don't know what it is. What is the Fjallraven Arctic Challenge?
You just like go and like trek in like horrible environments and stuff, and just gotta like, that's what I think it is, to be honest. It's like a trekking challenge in like harsh environments.
Well, do you not think the harder something is when you're actually doing it? In hindsight, the better you enjoy it.
My Brim.
He's
probably right. Is the Fjallraven Arctic Challenge more or less expensive than their clothes? That's funny. Oh my god, it's true. I would love it. I would love a pair of them though. I would love a pair of Fjallraven pants. Or that jacket you've got, Chris. That's mint, that jacket.
The Anorak number 8. It's hanging up on me coat hook.
Or the bag that you can sit on. I like that.
The Steuben.
Stop making that, aren't they?
Right. Here's one. Bushman and Blue. What's the most physically challenging thing you've ever done?
This. Yeah. I'm knackered. I'm done.
I've seen Alan in his videos topless, in a pair of like. If I took my top off now, I'd lose 11,500 subscribers instantaneously, mate. So
I don't know.
We're not in the same league as you.
Yeah,
You
that's
saw
I'd
it at
say
the
Alan.
beginning of the video.
gratuitous.
Alan needs to
Unnecessary.
drink. You need to drink more beer, mate, and eat crisps and stuff,
Mm.
and then you'll fit right in with our kind of like video genre. But the most challenging thing I've ever done, oh, Christ alive, it's like the fun run back in school. Like I don't know.
I've done the USB pigs twice.
There you go. What about you, Ant?
Um,
Yours
It's
is
coming up.
probably.
Yeah,
Coming up.
it's up and coming. Yeah. The what's it called? The Caledonian Canal. That's going to be the hardest thing that I've ever done. 60, 62, is it 60.2 miles paddling? So that's something like 16k a day, which doesn't sound a lot, but when you're paddling it, and you might be paddling against the wind, it's a killer. So yeah, that's going to be the hardest thing that I've ever done.
Yeah.
Good
question, mate. Yeah, I've done the odd I've had some horrendously exhausting climbs back in the day, and even like more recent terms. But the one that sticks out was one of my first climbs in Snowdonia with a climbing club up something called Chasm Face in winter, and it was a full rope climb, doing the catwalk and into the rock face up onto Glider Fawr. It was the middle of winter, and that was a full day climb, full rope climbing with a bit of belaying going on. But I was about 15 at the time, and in the end, I nearly needed stretching off. It was a proper full-on mountain day with some proper heavy-duty climbing. So that took it out of me, to be honest. Yeah.
What about you guys? What have you guys done that's physically demanding?
Yeah, it'd be interesting to know. Like you say, I'll be honest. Since I've been, I know it's not an excuse, but since I've become a dad, my little lad's 10, little girl's 7. So things change only when you're a parent. To be honest, you don't have. I've got a bit more time to myself for one reason or another at this moment in time, but you become a little bit less fit, don't you? Because you don't have the luxury of time to yourself to keep yourself fit and stuff like that. So things change, don't they?
It's not just fit as well. It's thinking of other people as well. When you were doing that Sharp's Edge, that were horrific, that video.
Yeah.
And all I could think about was if that were me, what I'd be thinking. I've got 2 kids at home. I've got a wife at home. I don't.
I remember we had.
Shit.
My little boy was. My little boy was only young, and I think the midwife, like we had like some community midwife that came out at the time and started saying, and she actually said, she came out with this and said, I think you're very irresponsible for going out climbing when you've got a new baby. Yeah.
Wow.
Made that comment. Yeah, mate, come out and said it, like, yeah, back in the day, but
I'm surprised at that.
Yeah, 100%, mate, 100%.
Bloody hell.
Come out and said that. So it makes you reassess things, doesn't it, to be honest?
Yeah, no, it does do. When you get kids, it's a totally different feel,
Yeah. Well, Jack only just tuned in, but any tips for pains on long distance hikes? Just had to bail on a multi-day trek. And it's probably like the most frustrating thing, because I can imagine some planning went into that. You probably book time off work, and again book family time slots and stuff like that, depending on your personal circumstances. But I would say just get good fitting boots. Make sure they're properly worn in. Don't just buy from a shop. Go to a proper place. There's some real good shops in the Lake District. I won't name them, but real personal service who will measure your feet. Make sure that whatever boots you get are fitted to you. And they will take the time. If they're not, they will make slight adjustments in the boot depending on the shape of your foot. Because your footwear is a massive. You've got to look at. They are number one, aren't they? Really, there's obviously your overall physical aerobic fitness, but that your footwear. Invest in decent footwear, decent socks, decent insoles. If your boots aren't right, mate, you're not going to enjoy it. If you're putting the miles in with weight on your back, your feet are going to fail first. So you've got to look after your feet. So I would say go and get your footwear properly fitted Failing that, drop us an email at the MCM Outdoors email address. Walshy has done a bit of physio in his time. That's what he's qualified in. And if there's any specific advice, mate, I can ask him and get back to you. So send me an email, Jack, and I'll address that one with you going forwards. And what you lads think?
I've had to buy some foot pads for mine. I end up like a really bad burning pain in the balls of my feet. So I've had to buy some foot pads, which has sorted it out. But yeah, it's a difference, isn't it, between enjoying yourself and it being at some sort of absolute torture. But yeah, I think boots are absolutely most definitely get them right, and you'll be all right, won't they?
Look at Murray here on the hardest time of his life.
Amazing,
2 weeks
man.
hiking in Northway. Ant, can you pronounce that, please?
Well, we're looking at the plateau. Oh, the what's it called?
Hallin
Scarvet.
Plateau.
Hallin Scarvet Plateau. Yeah, plateau.
With snow.
That is unbelievable.
I think Paul's in the SAS.
So we're talking plateau. Yeah. So
Yeah.
like basically a ledge.
Flat area.
A ledge. Are we talking a ledge, Paul? In a snow blizzard. I'm thinking The Hobbit. You know when they go on that ledge, or the Lord of the Rings, that ledge. I'm picturing you doing that, Paul.
Maybe Paul is a hobbit.
Have you got hairy feet, Paul? and seriously though, no, that is some serious going. That hardest thing I've ever done. Gosh, out when it was raining on my tarp, something like that. Nothing, you know. There's seriously nothing. I've not accomplished anything scary as yet. I don't think I have. You know,
Natalie's done pre-season training.
Yeah,
Warriors.
Yeah,
man. Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what.
Right,
we're running out of questions, so soon we're going to go to the spooky story. Might put some pressure on you, Ant, so can you quickly find the background? But I'm going to ask some questions. So, Ant,
okay.
What are? This is quite a deep, meaningful question.
Oh God. Full of can of beer, full of can of Becks.
What is it that you get mentally from being outdoors? You know, all jokes aside, you go out on your own for a solo winter camp in the woods. Describe what you get and take from that experience.
Put it this way, a bit of seriousness here. The last time I went out on a solo camp, I had no issues. Now, thankfully, I've been going out with people with problems that have been going on my end. Some of you guys know about and things like that. So I've not done a solo camp, and I probably, if I had done a solo camp, I'd be, I don't know how I'd feel. At the minute, I like being with people and doing camps together. That's because I think on a solo, you have more time to think, and I don't want to think at the minute. That's my answer. Bit deep there, isn't it, from me? You know what I mean? But yeah, that's. I'd rather be out with you guys or somebody else. So
good answer, that, mate. Tony, yourself, digging deep. I've seen a couple of your solo videos, mate, where you've gone out alone. What is it that you get from that being alone, mate? Just you, the tent, the wilderness.
I just think, I don't know, being on your own, it's that, what is that? mindfulness is that the word? I think it's just being on your own, taking your time. Sort of, you've got time to think. You know, there's no rush, there's no panic. You can sort of relax, take things at your own time. You sort of got your own thoughts. You know, the world, you know, the world's kind of somewhere else, isn't it? It's you're almost apart from that. You start, you know, you've almost stepped to one side, and all your day-to-day sort of insignificant, well, not insignificant, but your normal day-to-day worries and troubles have just been parked to one side just for that moment of time. And you've just got that sort of, you know, that however many hours it is, just on your own, you can reflect, and sort of then you're just taking that time out for the real world, and then you back up, you get back home, and then you're back in the real world. But you've just had that period of time to reflect and sort of, you know, time for yourself.
Yeah, as Benny and Brimmer's two sort of apt comments there. Benny, I'm somewhat paradoxical. I don't like people in general, but prefer to camp with good company. I mean, that's pretty much like myself.
I agree with that. I agree with that.
I'm like that. I'm not antisocial, and I do a job which is testing. So in my time off, I like to be away from all that. And similar to Benny, it sounds bad, doesn't it? I don't like people. I don't mean that to come across like in a grumpy way. I don't like people, but it's just the annoying aspects of some people. I like to remove myself from that. And when you're up camping up high, you don't have to deal with any of that because you're not going to come across anyone. So kind of remove myself from that. And we're all getting deep here, aren't we? But I do like the wild camps on my own, but they're different. So if I do a wild camp with Ant and Tony or Matt, and people have asked as well, by the way, I'm just going to bottom this one here. Matt has got 2 young lads and he's very busy. He's just bought a massive house and he's basically a married man. I'm not, so I can do what I want. So Matt's busy doing jobs, being a dad. That's it. So it's a luxury if he's got free time. Similar to Walshy, he is a new dad and he's supporting his wife and he's being a dad. So he doesn't have the luxury that Mr. Divorce single man has to spend all his time wild camping. So a lot of people have said, where's Matt and Walshy? Well, they're doing the things that you do being dads and husbands, and I've got more time on my hands. So hopefully that's put that to bed. But it's different for me on a wild camp on my own. I get a lot of time with my own thoughts, and it's like you think about your life, what's going on, what's not going on, what you want to achieve, how you're going to achieve it, and then you're just sort of like taking it all in. Whereas if I go on a wild camp with you and Tony, or Matt and Walshy when they're free, I'm just having a laugh and a good time. And then sometimes I prefer that because I'm not thinking about worries and stuff.
Exactly, it takes your mind off things.
Yeah, the last time I camped, I had a cracking time. I'd have a lovely, nice, relaxing time on my own, but going with you two and whoever else, good mates, you have a laugh and it takes your mind off worries, doesn't it? Because you're just having a laugh in a lovely, relaxing outdoor environment. I don't know about you two.
That's it for me. Like I say, there's times where I've packed a bag and I've thought, I need to do a solo camp, and it would be nice to video a solo camp. People would like to, like Tony says, they buy into you as a person, and they want to watch you, who subscribe to your channel and things like that. But getting to that point, for me at the minute, I can't do it. I'm being honest now. I've had a few beers on it, but I can't. I don't want to camp on my own. I know it sounds bad, but I don't.
No, yeah, I'll genuinely say that I was up Bullsworth.
Everest.
I wish. A few weeks ago, and I was just looking for excuses to bail. I was doing it because I felt that I should be doing, not that I particularly wanted to. And I was just looking for a reason not to go. And then when that reason sort of propped up, I just chucked it and I didn't bother. Whereas when I'm camping with you guys or with anybody else, I'm really looking forward to going. I'm looking forward, not necessarily for wild camping. It's more I'm just looking forward to sort of going out with my mates, having a laugh, having a good time. Whereas if I'm going out on my own, just to wild camp, at the minute it's become more of a chore rather than it's something that I feel I should be doing rather than something that
you want to be doing.
Well, that's just not right. Whereas going out with you guys, I'm going out because I'm going out having a few beers with my mates. It's like going to pub. It's meant.
Well, it is, isn't it? That's the thing, and it takes your mind off real life things because, we can have deep and meaningful conversations like we are now, or you have a proper good laugh, which we do most of the time anyway, don't we? Yeah. It's not. Yeah. It's not the be all and end all to go out and do a solo camp on your own.
Yeah, and that's the good. If you're not enjoying it, you shouldn't be doing it, shouldn't you?
No, and that's why I'm not doing it because I don't think I would enjoy it at the minute.
Yeah. So. Well, and that's a good thing about YouTube, isn't it? Because I didn't know, obviously, Ant or Tony from Adam, and then it brings everyone in the comments here. Granted, we haven't all been camping together, and we're probably never going to be, but we're all sort of bound by the same love for the outdoors, aren't we? Every one of you guys and girls in the right-hand side, we all love the outdoors. We get similar things from it, and we watch each other's videos. So that's a good thing, isn't it, about YouTube? It brings people together with similar interests, and it's a good sense of community. And like Ant, I've seen, there's been such generous gestures, especially with your canoe trip coming up. It just shows you what a good community it is, really. And it is outstanding, isn't it? A really good way of, I know it sounds a bit touchy-feely and deep and meaningful, but it is a brilliant community. It really is.
Yeah, that I feel is what's getting me through. It's what comes after August. That's what I'm really worried about. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do that. But hey,
well, mate, you'll have a good community around you, and you'll get
that. Yeah.
But Stephen Baird, I won't flash it up, mate, but I'll read it out because you put it in the comments. I suffer from depression and anxiety, but being alone in nature really calms me and makes me feel better. Now, that to me sums it up. Number one, good that you're talking about it on open platform, on a live stream on YouTube. There's no stigma. I always view like any mental aspects of or mental illness or difficulties around depression, anxiety, people look at it, or some people, as though there's some kind of stigma, but there isn't. If you fell over and strained your leg or twisted your ankle, would you say, "Oh, Chris, I can't come camping with you because I've twisted my ankle"? There's no difference. The fact, oh yeah, I'm struggling at the moment. Oh, what's the matter? Well, I'm suffering with depression and anxiety. All right, no worries, mate. Take your time. There's no difference between a physical injury and a mental injury, so that's good. I'm in a group, Mountains for the Mind, and I'm firmly behind that stance, which is run by Trail Magazine. Outdoor exercise, physical exercise, getting outdoors, and people describe it as being mindful. And you're like, well, what's mindful? Well, it's getting away from being switched on to your phone, being switched on to social media, messages, phone calls, stresses about life. You're constantly connected, aren't you? Invariably, you've got a mobile phone there, and it's flashing all day from when you wake up, from when you go to bed, and when you get outdoors. Hopefully, you've got no phone signal, so you're switched off. You're not in the hustle and bustle of life. To me, when you go outdoors, as Steve said there, the benefits you get from being outdoors, you step off that mad escalator of life and just take time out to pause. It's like being on the escalator at Manchester Airport. You're flying toward the terminal. Got to get on the flight. Got to get through check-in. Got to get my passports out. What gate are we on? Hang on a minute. Step aside. Calm down. It's like that being outdoors, isn't it? You're having a pause, a bit of you time. So the outdoors is perfect. And I've touched upon it in some of my videos. You know, people are so reliant on social media, connection to like the digital world, all these reality TV shows. Probably not us in this community, and it takes a toll on people. So the outdoors is perfect. It's free, and it's great. So Steve, you know, good on you for speaking up. Yeah. I hope by you speaking up, it will encourage other people to speak up. And
there is.
Good on you, mate. Just keep enjoying the outdoors, and it's the best healer.
You know, there's a few in the chat that are coming up now. You know, thanks, Robs, for that as well, by the way. You know, having a look through, people coming through and saying what they're saying. It is, you know. And yeah, we're here to bring a smile to your faces and have a bit of a laugh on a Friday night, but you can have a serious conversation as well, you know. So,
yeah.
So, yeah.
So the main thing is, like, well, I suppose in the YouTube community when Hazy did that Show Your State challenge, it was raise awareness of mental health issues, you know, men's mental health, but you know, regardless of gender, mental health issues. The fact is, you know, if you're struggling with things, like my thing would be never struggle in silence. Always speak up. You know, phone a mate, and if you are the mate, remember that ad campaign. And we'll move off this topic in a minute, but it's important. Remember that campaign. Ask twice. You know, if you're a mate, how are you doing? Oh yeah, I'm all right. You know, he's not all right. Listen, mate. You know, ask him again, mate. I don't think you are, or I don't think, you know, I don't think you are. You know, come around for a beer or whatever. Just ask twice. So if you're struggling, it's normal. It's what happens. There's nothing weird about it. There's no stigma. You can twist your ankle. You can twist your brain. It's part of life. Speak up about it. Don't just sit there dwelling on it. Put your hand up, time out, and ask your mates, and people will support you.
I think that's one of the key things that I like about you two. You know, we've only known each other a couple of years and things like that, but we've got our own little WhatsApp group and things like that where we have a laugh. But you can tell when somebody's feeling a little bit crap, and you'll always get a message from one of these two. Are you all right? You know, and it's nice. It is nice. You've got to ask. Don't just blank it out and be. It's funny, isn't it? The person who has the issue hasn't got the issue of asking, are you all right? It's the other people. You know, it's your other mates or whatever like that. They don't want to say, are you okay? You all right?
Yeah.
You know, and you've I don't know. I don't know. It's
just about normalizing the issues, and you know, like you
don't
just
be embarrassed to ask. Yeah.
Oh, Chris, I can't come walking. I keep saying twisted my ankle, but you know, I've got a blister on my foot. I can't come. It's just like I'm feeling shit today, lads. Listen, I'm struggling. We're like, oh, you know, give us a ring or whatever. Just speak up. Don't struggle alone. Not just for men, for everyone, especially with all the CV. We're not saying the word on this live chat, but yeah, lockdowns are taking its toll. People that live alone, loads of other people. It's not just people that live alone. It's been been a very difficult 18 months, hasn't it? For various issues, for various reasons.
Big time, yeah.
But make use of your mates, make use of your community. There's loads of services out there. Reach out. Problem shared is a problem halved. What would they say? Something like that. I can't get my fractions right after the old Tinto.
Go on, Tony. What were you saying?
I can't remember.
Any more questions before we go on to Tony's getting his grundle out.
It's grundle. Oh man!
No, I think all I was saying was, what's the difference between breaking your leg and having some sort, ultimately, sort of, you know, any what's the word? Any issues that you've got, you know, any mindfulness issues are just as physical as breaking your leg. Yeah, it's a chemical imbalance. It's a chemical imbalance in the brain. It's a broken leg. It's the same thing.
Yeah. That's the thing. You've got to get over, haven't you?
Yeah. Somehow there's some sort of stigma as having some sort of depression issue, or you know, or mindfulness issue. Call it whatever you like. And that doesn't exist with a physical injury. When ultimately, biology-wise, they're both exactly the same.
It's like that, Gary. The same. Totally agree with Chris. Whether it's camping, golfing, walking, for me, it's very calming experience. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, that's it. It's whatever floats your boat.
Fishing as well, mate. Fishing's relaxing, isn't it? Because you're just looking at your float or the tip of your rod.
No. Although I am fishing illegally. I am fishing illegally. I have no license as from the how many days are in June? Should know it's my birthday month. 30 days. 30 days. Yeah, I need a license, guys. Need a license. Actually, here's a question. Do you need a license for fishing on the sea?
Do what?
No.
Sea fishing. You don't need a license, do you?
No. It's just rivers, waterways, Environment Agency license for that, mate.
Right. I'm going to not end tomorrow. Taking the mum and dad out without Charlie Boy, and we're going to do a little bit of fishing. So yeah, don't need a fishing.
I expect to get a sea bass, and
bloody hell, if you catch a sea bass, mate, I'm getting off. To be honest.
To be honest with you, I've had
a sea bass tomorrow. You're on it, mate. You're on it.
There's only flatties up there.
Bollocks.
Catching flatties all day
sea
long.
Bass.
I tell you what, though, I must admit I am partial to a flatty now. Clonk them over the head, and there is a little bit of a nice taste with them. So yeah, they're coming home with me.
You partial to a what?
Flatty.
Flat tire.
A flatty. Good old flatty.
Like anyway, his car all sorted now.
Don't you dare ask Tony.
No.
733 freaking £40. 40.
Right. I'm gonna think of one final question for me, because have you got any more questions? So that was Ant's one. My final one to Ant and Tony, and then Tony, you got one more question, and then we're going to go on to the spooky story, and then we'll say goodbye. But if anyone's got any more, if you wanted to carry on,
it's still early. Come on, got plenty of time.
Well, mate, I'm not talking to myself. We got to have interaction. But my question is, and it'll be, come on, you guys watching. First of all, like this, like and subscribe. if you like it, just hit the thumbs up, because apparently you can do that on the live stream. But keep the comments going. I want it, interactive ideally. Otherwise, there's no point doing it. Otherwise, it's just us three having a video call. Love the interaction. If you like the channels here, use this opportunity to
ask about the channels and stuff like that.
This is your opportunity.
You want to do.
Having a bit of a chat, like sitting in the pub, although we're not. Come on, let's interact. My question is, to Ant and Tony and everyone else in the comments. If you had your desert island camp, like your last camp, it's a bit morbid in some respects. Say you were on death row.
Oh God!
Say you're on death row, and someone says, "Right, you've got one last wild camp," and you can't say on Everest. You know, it's got to be within what you'd normally do, and this is to everyone, all 35 of you, still watching.
35. That's awesome.
If you're on 36 now, if you're on death row, and someone says you've got one last wild camp before the inevitable the next day, tell us where you go and why, and dig deep. First of all, Tony, you.
Bloody hell. My last wild camp, where would I go? I want to go. Where would I want to go? I'd want to go somewhere I've been before. Somewhere that will bring back some sort of memories. Where would that be?
Like your Last Supper.
Yeah,
Last Supper, wouldn't it?
you'd want to go somewhere that
Last Supper of memories.
that brought back something that you'd enjoy in life, wouldn't you? Where would that be? I'd go to Chamonix, mate. I would. I'd go to Chamonix.
No, mate, it's got to be somewhere local, like as in you could go tomorrow. So I'm gonna have to pull you back in
I'd
there.
drive a long way to Chamonix. I'd get it in van and I'd drive a long
Where
way.
the hell's Chamonix? Is it Scotland?
France.
Oh, right, okay.
All right. Where I go? Oh, sorry.
Mate, it's got to be local. Be honest.
Right. We spend a lot of time on the west coast of Scotland. I would go to Mallaig, just south of Mallaig, in the camper van. We've been there lots and lots of times. We would go there. We're going again this summer. I would sit in the camper van, just south of Mallaig, sunset, watching the sun come down, golden not golden, white sort of sandy beaches, absolutely awesome. Sunset, islands in front of me. That's where I would go. It would like being in the Caribbean, except I'm in Scotland and it's minus 10 degrees and I'm full of midges.
And that's your last wild camp. That's your last wild camp before the end of death row, yeah.
Well, if I've got to stay local, that's where I would go. Absolutely.
And same question. You've got one last wild camp. The very next day, it's lights out, mate.
Right. I'd get up well early and I'd head back to the old bushcraft camp. And I'd set everything up just as it was before it got kicked in. So it wouldn't take me long to get set up. Get a fire pit going. Get a nice steak. No, curry on. I'm a curry guy, Anna. So I get a curry on. I'd be quite happy there, listening to some bush knocks, some tree knocks from Bigfoot, and then get electrocuted. Thanks.
Is that what you're going for, mate? Electrocution?
Yeah, I'd go for electrocution. Yeah, I'd do that. Yeah, I've got a bald head. Get some what's it called on that. Get a sponge on that. You'd be all right, wouldn't you? You'd be
just
done.
to bring everyone back into the world I live in. We've got quite a few suggestions there. North 898, Scarfell, Jay's getting off. Thanks for watching. Michael Callister, Silver Sands of Morar, West Highlands or Morar. Rob's Rambles. I go up Snowdon because although I dislike the crowds, I have some amazing memories with my late dad up there.
Wicked, man.
Through area often. That I love hearing things like that. People's lovely memories are like, yeah, because this. So that is absolutely spot on. And likewise, thanks, Rob. Jack, one of my first wild camps was up Parlick Fell with 3 or 4 mates, drinking beer and port. And it was brilliant. I probably have to do something like that again, looking over my hometown of Preston. How good is that?
Good. Yeah.
It's experiences, gear, equipment enables the experience.
Yeah.
It's just the whole, it's cracking. I love it. I'm not going there.
That's wicked, though. Nice one, dude.
Here we go. Paul Murray, Bleaklow, because it was my first experience of the outdoors. Did my TV Gold Award. Good stuff, Paul. That's cracking. Craig, Lake District with some narcotics and naughty women. Good answer. Flamingo Land from Gary. And Henin Wang. It's the chemical imbalance of the brain. Thank you for being so supportive of these issues. Yes. Fucking hell. I've just sworn. Sorry. Bloody hell. Where's that? I've sworn again. JH. Pontins in Southport. Past the watershed, aren't we? Yeah. Pontins in Southport. Now, I went there with uni. I wouldn't go back there again. Leon. And here we go. It's not local, but Screaming Woods in Kent. What is that, Leon? Just to see if it's really Screaming Woods. What the hell is
Screaming Woods?
What's that? Come on.
It's what you have when you have like diarrhea.
I've heard of it. Screaming Woods. It's got to be like a most haunted thing. Yeah, Leon and I like our spooks. We used to watch way back in the day when Most Haunted went live. They used to have webcams that you could log onto on your PCs. So we used to sit at our computers like this now, not with seeing each other or anything like that, but we'd be on some sort of talk system, and we'd be watching Most Haunted live with all these screens. So yeah, it's probably off something like that. But yeah, I bet it's a haunted wood, believe it or not.
It's good. Nin Wang, as a woman, I feel scared of creeps. Well, I feel that as a man. So yeah, don't worry about that. We all think the same.
Yeah.
Proudy, lake somewhere quiet with a mate and a whiskey. Yeah. Here we go. J. H. First wild camp, Loch Lomond with my girl. Storm Garrett came in, praying the tent stayed up. Presume it did, mate. It's a nice one, nice and poignant. I go with my dad and sit in front of a fire and just thank him for being my dad.
Oh, man.
That's all you need, mate.
How nice is that?
Family first. And Leon Daring Woods. And
So what about Chris? Where would you do? You haven't said what you do yet.
It's a tough one at the moment. You two are aware of my personal situation, so if that remained unchanged, I would go to where we'd all been, and somewhere like that. And there's lots of local places. So I'd go somewhere like that. But yeah, I mean, I've got so many places here, to be fair. Loads of places over the northwest. Snowdonia. Yeah. Anywhere where there's memories of all that.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. So yeah. So what do we reckon, boys? It's quite a deep and meaningful conversation. We've got 44 viewers. It's 20 or it's 10 to 10. How are we doing for time? What we thinking, everyone?
Come on. Keep it going.
Keep it going. What's everyone's thoughts in the comments? We could reinvigorate the quiz. We could keep going with questions. Literally, we are only guided by the comments we get in the feed on the right. What am I going to think?
Keep it going.
Keep it going. If you want us to carry on, the live, give us a thumbs up and let us know. If you want us to carry on, let us know in the comments. If not, we'll probably look to that. But if you want us to keep it going, please tell us. Otherwise, it's quite difficult when you do the live stream because if we're not getting the feedback, beats with watching Love Island.
Watching Love Island. Thanks, mate.
Yeah,
Ant's got a bikini coming next, mate. To be honest.
that's coming on. It's
Thumbs
free.
up. Here's a few
Free
thumbs up on there, lads. So I think, keep it going.
Come
Yeah,
on, Chris.
keep it
Ant,
going.
get some more quiz questions out.
Quiz?
Come on.
Sure?
Get some more questions out. Come on. Let's have a few more. Let's have a look.
Yeah, let's have a look.
Brimmers. Oh, shit. I've sworn again 3 times. I'm sorry. We're all adults here. I just wanted to put marks. Brimmers is a legend, by the way. Just for everyone watching the feed, Mark Brimmican was one of my first subscribers to MCM Outdoor Show, as it was known by then. And yeah, I've kept in touch with him. We've never done a camp, although it is our intention at some point to meet up and do a bit of a camp, because Brimmers is a photographer and a storyteller. So he's always welcome on any of our camps. But just want to put this out there. Brimmers knows about... we've all got issues in our personal lives, haven't we? But Brimmers knows a little bit about that in mine. And he's always kept in touch. And he sent me a Northern Monk t-shirt this year for my birthday. And yeah, I was made up with that, to be honest. So yeah, Brimmers a bit of a legend in MCM Outdoors. Just thought I'd highlight that. Shout out Brimmers. And yeah, you're always welcome on a camp. I just throwing that out there. Good lad. He's always kept in touch. And yeah, nice one, Mark.
Well, if he's YouTube, he needs to see his video, because I've never watched one of his videos. I feel bad now. And if he sticks one of his links about, I'll catch up with him later on.
Yeah, stick it on.
Yeah, I can only apologise, mate. I've never.
No, he's a ledge.
Cheers, Leon. Look after yourself, buddy. Thanks.
No headies. What wine am I drinking? I don't know. It's a nice bottle of red from Tesco. But yeah, we'll try and reinvigorate a few questions. And then, to be fair, I don't know why I got that.
What's that?
Oh, Ridge Monkey. Nice.
It's a Ridge Monkey.
I need a wee.
I need a wee and make a brew for the wife.
Do you?
What?
Well, Ant's going to get some more questions.
I love it. That book is awesome.
You've got a scary book. So what we're going to do is, how about if we say...
blast 5 questions off.
Yeah. Ant, you go and urinate. Tony, you go and urinate. We'll play some elevator music when you're gone. And when we come back, we'll have 5 more questions. And then we're going with...
We'll do with the book. Yeah.
Spooky Tales from Beyond.
That's perfect.
We'll do it easy. Chris, Ant goes first, then when Ant comes back, I'll go. We'll just keep it rolling.
Yeah. Okay.
You can do that.
Do that.
I definitely need to make a brew for the wife, else she will kill me. Back in a sec.
Go and make a brew. Can I just ask, has anyone had any gas issues? As in, have you gone to a shop to buy some gas and you're not getting gas anymore? I need some gas. I've got 1 more canister left. And Go Outdoors said they haven't got any more. And, and they don't know when they're going to get it.
I asked my nephew in apparently Go Outdoors in Blackburn. They're all right at the minute.
Hey?
Yeah, well, I mentioned your comment, and he said it'd been night before, and it was all right there, but how long that's going to last, I don't know.
Yeah, it's camping is.
You guys should write a book about wild camping.
Who's this?
That was
Here's Rob here. Look at Rob. He's a legend. Keep going. I'm still only on my first bottle of wine. Good stuff, Rob.
I'm suffering now. My 11% vanishing point is I'm feeling it now.
Well, don't bother. Otherwise, you're banned.
I'm struggling.
You have to unstruggle.
I need something to eat.
Yeah, you have to get Mrs. Noble to pass in a plate of anti-pasty.
I'm on a diet. I need to get Bushman and Blues 6-pack.
Yeah.
I'm on a diet now.
No chance of that, mate. I was 18 once.
Thanks, mate.
Yeah. Henny. Tony, pronounce the name.
I'm leaving that to you.
Nin Wang. You guys should write a book about wild camp and I buy it. Thank you. I have to think about that one day. Brimmers come by gas. Paul Murray. His wife's got that book. Jack, all the best. Cheers for the stream. Thank you.
Natalie, what's a woo-woo?
Well, we will delve into that. But
Do we know what a woo-woo is, Chris?
Well, I've got various interpretations of the word. Alan, I know Caligas is short, but not smaller gas bottles. Yeah, the smaller gas bottles, mate, in Liverpool go outdoors. They've all gone. Natalie, directly to you from Tony. What is a woo-woo? What the hell is that? Some weird cocktail.
Yeah, we're not having any of them.
Oh, here we go. She said cranberry, peach, and vodka. Right.
Yeah.
The only
I'd rather have 6 pints and a bag of crisps.
Yeah. The only cocktails I've had is back in the day, lads holidays to Cabos and somewhere else. 1830 with Walshy and like 10 of us going to Cabos and Gran Canaria. What's the Flaming Resort in Gran? I can't remember.
San Antonio.
No, it's like the 1830.
Puerto Rico. Playa de Americas.
Playa
de Americas.
No, that's IB.
Playa de Inglares. They're all the same.
Playa del Ingles. Yes, that's it. Yeah. So we done we've never done that one, but sex on. I'd love to go back to them days again, like 20, 19, 20, not a care in the world, strolling up the strip with your mates, just drinking yourself into like oblivion, doing the footy competitions, chatting up girls. Yeah, they were the days, weren't they?
No.
Well, they were the days for everyone.
He's not married.
Well, yeah, we can all look back. And
Mr. Bushman's going to be our personal trainer.
Right. So what are you going to do about this?
Come on, Alan. My 6-pack, I can feel it coming on now. I can feel it coming.
Hashtag dad bods.
I can feel it now. It's coming. It's coming now.
Yeah.
What have I missed?
Women like dad bods.
No.
I was saying, he used to be a personal trainer.
No.
No. My 6-pack is growing as I'm speaking. I'm just here now. I can feel it.
Who's the females on the feed? Do you like dad bods or 6-pack stomachs? Really?
Why would you want a 6-pack when you can have a barrel? Come on, get a grip.
Yeah.
What's going on now? I've only been gone 2 minutes.
It's not even comfy to sleep on a 6-pack.
Come on.
Sleep on a dad bod. Natalie.
Come on, Mr. Bushman. Who wants one of them?
Yeah, it's bollocks. Anyway.
You don't get one of these for nothing.
Right. So a couple more questions. We're going to do a few more quiz questions. Then it's like,
yeah.
I need a wee now. I'm going for a wee.
Nobles broke his seal.
I'm always wondering where the hell that conversation
mystical beast from your folklore. Playa del Ingles, yeah. Oh God. Bloody hell.
Okay.
Here we go. Guy walks into a pub and asks for a shandy. Barman replies, "Sorry, we don't do cocktails." Good stuff, Brimmers. Royal Lochnagar single malt whiskey. It's nice and smooth. Also, if you're ever camping in the Cairngorms, the whiskey shop in Tom and Tool is amazing. Probably is, to be honest.
Paul, I take it you're from
Natalie
Scotland,
loves dad bods. Look at this. Hang on a minute.
Paul was from.
Oh shit!
Yeah, Julie.
I've sworn for the 5th time. Copyright strike. Natalie Watson, happy with the dad bod. Better for cuddling. Thank you for normality. See, this is what people think. You know what I mean? Never mind the 6-pack. Nonsense.
I've got a 4-pack now.
Alan.
Weight's going.
I've got a 1-pack. A 1-pack.
Going back to Paul, just wondering whether any distilleries. Here's a question, actually. Anybody who's been to around Loch Ness distilleries, is there any nearby? Because I really want a bottle of nice whiskey. I really want. I'm going to splash out on a bottle of nice whiskey. So anybody who's in the Loch Ness area who knows of a decent distillery, can you get in touch with me and let me know? Thanks. Yeah, Paul's from Berkshire. He's nowhere near it. Absolutely nowhere near Scotland.
What?
Right.
What?
And I'm going the loo now, everyone.
Okay.
Is there any way you can find a spooky background? Because we will.
I've got one. It's ready. It's ready.
Okay, we'll
I'm going
have
to do
a
a couple of questions and then
couple of final questions, and then we're going.
Spooky tales.
There you go.
I'm going for a wee wee.
That bod's rule.
Right. Shall we start the questions? Yeah.
Come on. Come on. Bring it on. Bring it on. Let's have a question.
Right. This is round 4, and we're on mountains and walks. Okay, so we've got 5 questions to get through, and then we'll do the story and then the finishing up basically. So right, question 1. Ben Nevis is the highest mountain in the UK, but what's the second highest? Scafell Pike, A.
No.
B. Snowdon.
Yes.
C. Sullivan.
No.
D. Ben McAdoo. McAdoo. Whatever. Ben McAdoo. Okay, guys.
Yes.
Ben
yes.
McAdoo.
Ben McDonald's. But it's not that one anyway. You're all right.
Is that how you pronounce it? That's shocking.
It's pronounced Ben McDonald.
Ben McAdoo.
Yeah, but it's not.
I can hear Chris then.
What the hell are you talking about?
Ben McAdoo.
Mac chicken nuggets.
McDonald's.
Here we go. Oh my God. Loch Naga Distillery. A guy at work once purchased a whole get stuffed. Seriously? Whole barrel? How much would that cost him? And how long would it have lasted him?
What's one that Chris Monk's recommending there, Chris? What's that one?
Ben McAdoo.
But what's that one?
Where's Monkey? Is he on the thread?
What's he asking there?
There's a distillery in Fort William, Ben Nevis, single malt. Nah.
Yeah, not the Ben Nevis one, the one before it. Yashimaki.
Yashimaki whiskey.
Schmeenheim.
Yashimaki whiskey. They're taking the mick out of me, guys.
Come on, as if.
Get yourself a master of malt and get it delivered. I don't want to deliver it. I want to paddle up to it, get out and purchase a bottle, get in my canoe and drink it as a paddle.
Mac Nugget.
Paddling off, drinking it.
Just go to Dalwyn, mate. It's infinitely easier.
Right.
Come on.
Next.
He's not next.
We're hemorrhaging viewers. We're down to 29. This is worse than Love Island.
And come on, mate. Come on.
It's way
Ben
above
Nevis.
Love Island.
Come on, you've not
People
answered
must-
the question. Ben Nevis
People
is the
have
highest mountain in
betrayed
the UK, but what's the second highest?
Snowden.
Pendle Hill.
Snowdon. Are we going for Snowdon?
Pendle Hill.
I own Pendle Hill. It's in my back garden.
Parbold Hill.
Here we go. Here we go. It is Ben
Snowden.
McAdoo.
It isn't. Oh, it is.
Ben McAdoo.
Oh, it's lying.
You guys, I thought you were extreme
Sorry, mate.
mountain
No,
climbers.
I embarrassed myself
Going
there.
on?
Sorry, mate. Sorry.
All right. One more question.
Okay. Mountains and walks. No, we've got 5 to go yet.
All right.
Come on.
How
What is the longest footpath in Britain? This is a good question. The Southwest Coastal Path, which is 630 miles, Pembrokeshire Path, Southern Upland Way, or North Downs Way? I'm going for the Pembrokeshire Pass.
What, can I just
how many
point out
miles-
that
how
you
many
told us
miles
the
is the
distance
two?
to one? You told us the distance of there.
How many miles are the other two?
Doesn't tell you. It's just in brackets on the first one. It's not my fault. It's just what it's saying here.
I'm saying Southwest Coastal Path.
I'm going with that one.
Yeah,
as well.
but wouldn't that be? Are you? I'm going Pembrokeshire Path.
Go on.
We ready? Here we go. What is the longest footpath? It is actually the Southwest Coastal Path for 630 miles.
Oh, Scheiße!
Look at that. Oh, hang on.
Oh, Scheiße!
Get rid of that one. Yeah. But look at the top question. The top. You see
Yeah,
it?
that's ridiculous, yeah.
That's stupid. Okay.
Yeah, it is.
Mount Everest is located on the borders of China
Tibet.
and which other country?
Tibet.
You can.
Tibet.
England's coastal path. I go with
Tibet. 100%.
Right. So Tony, Chris is going for Tibet.
Tibet.
Tony,
Bhutan. I can't say. I can't say
Bhutan,
Tibet.
that's
Don't
like
say
something
Bhutan.
off. That's something off Street Fighter 2. It's the name of a fighter, isn't it?
Bhutan.
It is. Or Wu-Tang Clan.
Mm.
Nepal are coming through.
Ooh,
Pakistan.
why should I have said that?
Nipple.
Can't go back now.
Well, go on. Go on.
Are you all ready? Nepal. Well done, guys. Well done. Cameron
Yeah.
Wheeler. Eric.
Fake
shit.
news.
Robs. Yep. Julie. Wow. Okay.
Mhm.
Question 4. We've got one more after this one. Which Scottish mountain overlooks Loch Lomond? Oh, this is a tough one. I've never heard of that one, actually.
Is it multiple choice?
No. It's just literally that.
Ben
Well, it might
Lomond.
be, actually. I'm looking on the answers.
How
on it.
we normal?
Hang on. You might be right. There might be more of a choice.
Ben Lomond.
No, it's not. It's not. There's no choice. There's no choice. So what are you going for, Tony?
Ben Lomond.
Ben Lomond.
Brimmers, Ben London.
Ben Lomond, and the others.
I'm going with
Going for
Brimmers.
Ben Lomond.
Ben London.
Yeah. Ben London. Ben London it is. Yeah, correct.
Is it?
Last question. Yeah. Which British fell walker, guidebook, author, and illustrator is famed for creating the first coast-to-coast walk?
Alfred Wainwright. Or Timmy Mallet.
Bonk and boob.
We're down to
Bonk
28.
And boob.
We're down to 28 viewers. We're literally at death throes. Like,
No, we're not.
These are the hardcore now. Who are staying with us, the hardcore.
These are the fans.
I'm gonna have no
These are the
subscribers
facts.
left by tomorrow. people, 11,000 people are going to subscribe in the morning. Thanks.
Sorry,
you ready?
what was the question?
Look what Brimish just said.
Oh, wait a minute. Yeah.
God.
Well, that's just a tad personal, isn't it?
Hey, I tell you what, Joe's got a good battery pack in his tent. Joe, genuinely,
Go on, Joe, lad.
how we, man, Joe? How we?
Right. It is Alfred Wainwright. Well done, guys.
Club.
That is it. Okay. So we are now going to hit the share. And I'm going to do a share screen. And I'm going to do. Let me have a look.
Time.
Use Chrome. I don't want to do that. Screen share works best on good computer. Okay, let's share it. Let's share it.
So basically, it's time for the spooky tale.
It is. I'm just trying to get it on.
Let's move the mic. Hello.
Okay. Let me allow that and do that. Yeah. How's that? Can you see it?
Scary.
You ready?
Mm.
Okay. It's playing. And we've got volume as well. You probably can't hear it though.
Okay.
What's this about?
Can everyone in the comments see the scary scene and get a graveyard on, mate? You want a graveyard?
Do you know what? Nah, it's nice. It's got like thunder and lightning and everything.
No, I mean we're on the moors.
Okay. Hang on. I'm gonna
Why has Joe cut my face off?
Let's get the moors on. Scary moors scene. How about that? Hang on.
So while Anne's doing that, I'll just explain. Anyone that's new, we're gonna talk about this.
Why is that not working? Oh my god! What the hell?
I'm gonna read this entire double page out to you. I'm going to turn the lights off in my kitchen. So wherever you are now, turn the lights down low, draw the blinds, close the curtains, or draw the curtains and close the blinds, and get ready for some spooky tales. Noble, get the lights down low. I'm going to turn these lights off. Prepare for some scary stories. Because this is what we do on our live streams. And when you're ready,
it's on, isn't it? Can you see it?
Well, I can see two lads off American Werewolf. I'm putting that on.
That's it. Yeah, this is what we're going for.
If everyone in the comments, all 33 of you, we're still watching this now. First of all, well done. Well done. Resilience to you. But we're going to read a scary tale from the southwest. So we've spoken about the southwest coastal path, Cornwall, Devon. So we're going to do this story and say goodbye. So everyone in the comments, confirm when you're done, and I'm going to dim the lights. I'm going to get ready for the spooky tale. So I'm looking in my right. No one has confirmed. They've got the lights dark. Let me know when you're ready to go. And I'll start talking and I'll lower my lights when I know everyone's in a suitably spooky environment. And you guys. You look gorgeous, and gorgeous. Natalie, lights dims, okay. Ready? Right, okay. Let me right here. Go. Right. Done. I can't even see. Anyway, 29. We're hemorrhaging viewers. Bloody hell, Ant. You there? Right, that's it. So, the book I'm reading from here is Folklore, Myths and Legends of Britain, which was kindly sent to me, all jokes aside, by someone who likes the channel and appreciates what we put out there. But it's quite a rare book to get in a decent condition such as this. So on the last wild streams, on the last live streams, I've sort of read sort of bits and bobs from the book. Some of these are quite funny. Some of these aren't. Especially if you're tenting your own in the moors. So if anyone is local to the southwest Cornwall area, this one is particularly for you. And it's called The Legend of Jan Tregeagle. Noble, if you're going to laugh, mute your mic. Here we go. So it reads, it may be that the dark spirit that is said to wander Bodmin's moors, loneliest places, and whose despairing cries can still be heard above the autumn gales between Land's End and the Lizard, is no more than a distant memory of some ancient Celtic god. But from the mid-17th century at least, the Cornish have identified this spectre with the soul of Jan Tregeagle, doomed to eternal torment for the sins he committed in life. Whether he really sold his soul to the devil or committed the crimes ascribed to him is not known. Despite folks' tales that he murdered his wife and children and seized an orphan's estates, there is little doubt that Jan Tregeagle really existed. In the early 1600s, he was a stern and unpopular local magistrate who used his position to amass a considerable fortune. Part of this, it is said, was expended in bribes to the clergy, so that despite his evil ways, he could be buried in the consecrated ground of St. Breock's churchyard. Legend says this precaution availed him little. Within a few short years, he was to be beckoned from the grave itself. There are several versions of the way in which Tregeagle was called from the grave. One legend tells how a dispute arose between two families over the ownership of some land near Bodmin. The case had been confused by the conduct of Tregeagle, who while alive had acted as a lawyer to one of the claimants. Tregeagle, by fraud, had made it appear that he himself held title to the land in question. At the Assize Court, just as the judge was about to sum up, the defendant asked to call a further witness. The atmosphere in the court chilled. Suddenly, Tregeagle's phantom appeared in the witness box. The judge's determined self-possession overcame the courtroom's panic, and cross-examination began. Tregeagle revealed that the honest defendant had been a victim of his fraud and that the jury gave their unanimous verdict in the man's favour. However, Tregeagle's spirit was still present in the courtroom. The judge commanded that the defendant should remove his witness, but the man replied that to bring Tregeagle from his grave had been such a dreadful task that he preferred to leave the phantom in the care of the court. And with this, he walked out of the building. The local clergy were then called. They felt it was their duty to save Tregeagle's soul if they could, so they decided to set him a task that would engage him for all eternity. So long as he toiled at it, he would be safe from the evil one. Bound by spells, Tregeagle was given a perforated limpet shell and assigned to empty Dosmery Pool, a supposed bottomless lake on Bodmin Moor. He was kept his word by a pack of headless demon hounds waiting to carry him off if once he ceased his labours. One night, terrified by a raging storm, Tregeagle defied even the demons and fled across Bodmin Moor, the evil pack in hot pursuit. At last he reached the chapel on Roche Rock. Thrusting his head through the east window, he attempted to gain the sanctuary of the church. But while his head was within the chapel, his body remained outside, exposed to the storm and the fury of the hounds of hell. His screams were heard from miles, and after a few days, the priest of the rock could stand the situation no longer. Calling upon the aid of two saints, he led Tregeagle to Padstow Beach, where he was set to weave ropes from sand. Whenever the tide swept in, his efforts were ruined, and his howls of disappointment allowed little rest to the local people. Padstow's patron saint, Saint Petroc, decided to move Tregeagle on. The saint forged a chain with his own hands, and with this be bound the phantom and drove it to Breppe near Helston. There Tregeagle was commanded to carry sacks of sand across the estuary of the Low and empty them at Porthleven, continuing until Breppe Beach was a swept expanse of rock. But his labour was in vain. The tide swept the sand back as far as Tregeagle could move it. Eventually, a spiteful demon tripped him while he was crossing the estuary. He dropped the sack from his arms and spilt the sand. The ridge it forms has sealed off the harbour and is known today as Low Bar. The angry Helston people shackled him once more and sent him to Land's End. Here he was set the task of sweeping the sands from Porthcurno Cove into Mill Bay. Tregeagle still labours, it is said, battling with the Atlantic currents to complete his impossible task. His howls of rage can be heard when gales throw the sand back on the beach. Another version of the story, describing his summoning from the grave, tells of a man who lent another a large sum of money, the transaction being witnessed by Tregeagle just before he died. When the moneylender demanded settlement, the debtor denied all knowledge of the deal. In Bodmin Court, certain of his safety, the defendant exclaimed, "If Tregeagle ever saw it, I wish to God he would come and declare it." In a clap of thunder, Tregeagle's ghost appeared and promised the terrified man, "It will not be such an easy task to get rid of me as it has been to call me." The debtor settled his account and sought to rid himself of Tregeagle with the aid of wise men and parsons. They succeeded in binding him for a while to the task of emptying Dosmery Pool with a leaking limpet shell. In this version, Tregeagle completed the job and returned to torment the debtor, who then procured the assistance of a powerful exorcist. Restrained by the exorcist, Tregeagle allowed himself to be led by Gwenvor Cove. There he was set to weaving a rope of sand, which, when finished, was to carry to Cam Olver. Tregeagle was unable to accomplish his work until one frosty night. He poured water from a nearby brook onto the rope. Ice cemented it together, and the ghost carried it in triumph to Cam Olver. At once he flew back to his wretched prey, intent on tearing him to pieces. But the man was holding a child whose aura of innocence could not be penetrated by the evil Tregeagle. Again, the priests were called, and once more they bound Tregeagle to the weaving ropes of sand at Gwenvor. But this time he was forbidden to approach water, beaten at last. Tregeagle remains in continuous struggle. When a northerly wind destroys his work, his roars can still be heard across White Sand Bay. So there's some weirdo that like follows kids around the sand.
Oh.
So that's it, everyone.
Are we all in? Who's in?
I think we're done. So yeah. I'm not sure when we're going to do another live stream again. There'll be plenty more. Well, there's loads of more wild camps on my channel, on Ant's, on Tony's. We just pretty much did the live stream as part of lockdown, and we purposely not spoken about lockdown on this live stream because we're not interested. I don't want to talk about CV and all the negativity that comes with that. So we've kept this out of that. So yeah, there's plenty more wild camps coming. I'm off out on Sunday with Matt, and I'm sure Ant and Tony have got bits planned. We've got more camps planned together. So yeah, there'll be lots of content coming. We appreciate everyone that tuned into this, interacted with us, asked us questions. Yeah, it'd be rubbish if it was just us and no one tuned in. It'd be absolutely pathetic. So thanks to everyone that's taken the time to, or given up your time to tune in and interact with us.
Yeah,
it means a lot. So yeah, Ant, any last words from you?
no, just thank you so much for coming on. Hope you've enjoyed it, and hopefully we'll get another live stream out at some point in the future. But yeah, like Chris has said, you know, there's a wealth. It's all opening up again, and we'll be out and doing videos and finding other ways to interact with you guys as well. So yeah, I'm sure we'll be back at some form of another.
Yeah, well,
Tony?
No, I'd hate to think that the live streams were coming to an end. So onwards and upwards. I think we're all out and about doing our own thing. But if we can get together and do this again, sort of once in a while, it sounds pretty good to me.
It's nice, isn't it? Yeah.
If nothing else, it's just get together, have a laugh and a few beers, and have a drink and have a bit of a crack.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right, good stuff. So if you've enjoyed it, I'll do what I say on a normal video. Give it a quick thumbs up. Appreciate that. We give it up all night. Hopefully you've enjoyed it too. And yeah, if you are on Instagram, check out MCM Outdoors. Again, anyone that's not seen Ant's channel or Tony's channel, I presume most of you have, but if you haven't, check out Ant Survive the Night, Tony Noble Outdoors. Links are hopefully in the description box of this video. And again, likewise, we've got our own Instagram account, so if you follow us on there, that would be appreciated. I'm slurring my words now, to be honest. So yeah,
I'm struggling.
I don't know when the next one's going to be, but yeah, appreciate it. Really appreciate all the subscribers to my YouTube channel. I don't ever take any of it for granted. I know Ant doesn't. I know Tony doesn't. really passionate people about the outdoors.
Yeah,
We've touched on a bit of mental health and anxiety, depression. That's a serious subject. Hopefully we've done that justice in our little chat tonight. But, you know, we're all a big community. Keep in touch. Look after each other. And hopefully I'm not going to lose 15 subscribers. That's this live stream, which is what normally happens. It's awful. Yeah. But hopefully I'm not going to lose anyone. But, yeah, I'll see you on the next video. And, yeah, keep it up, guys. You are what makes this community a community.
It is. That's it. It's a community. Nice one, guys. Take it easy.
See you later.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.